You can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-969-GOLD. It's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Did you know that you can watch all your favorite shows right on YouTube? We're live streaming Fescoe Dusty, Cody and Gold, The Drive, and After Hours all day long. So if you want to look at the beautiful Alex Gold, interact with Cody Tapp in the chat, or gaze at the ruggedly handsome Dusty Likens, just go to YouTube and watch them while you pretend to work. Go to our channel, hit subscribe, and stay up to date with 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
And welcome into Fescoe in the Morning. Jay Binkley, JT Noah producing the operation. No Dusty, Mac, and Bob today, although we will hear from Bob later, his interview one-on-one with Clark Hunt. We'll bring you that later. Dana Hughes joining us today. A couple days before Christmas, this radio station, there'll be national programming, Christmas Eve, Christmas the day after. So hopefully JT and I will bring you some Christmas joy, because it depends on what side of the state line you live on. You had a great day or a day to reflect. Good morning, JT.
Good morning, Bink. You could tell it's the day before everyone goes on break for the week, because when I pulled in, the only car in here was yours.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's a weird day, because I'm from Missouri. I live on Kansas now. I know how some people feel about the whole stadium situation, but I think the big thing is they're staying in the Kansas City area. They're not moving to Utah or Idaho. They're staying in Kansas City, and it'll stay Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that's the important thing, because the worst thing is when those moving vans back up, like the Indianapolis Colts or the Baltimore Colts left for Indianapolis. You know, those moving vans, those Mayflower vans in the snow, pack up and then leave. That's rock bottom. That's rock bottom when your franchise does that. But, you know, it was a wild day in Kansas City, whether which side of the state line you live on. Obviously, the Chiefs have a million different things they're going to do with this new stadium, and we'll talk about that. But it was kind of a landmark day in sports in Kansas City with the Chiefs heading across the border. And here's the thing. Am I happy about it? No. I'm a Missouri resident. I'll be honest with you. I'm not wild about it. Never probably will be. I understand it, though. That's the thing. Like, I understand it. Missouri had their chance. Jackson County had your chance. And you blank around and you find out. That's the key word for today. You blank around and you find out. You didn't vote for it. You had an opportunity to do it. Could have franchised those deals, and you didn't do it. It's unfortunate. Frank White did a lousy job, and the Royals got to figure that out, because they need to keep the Royals now. Now it's a full court press to keep the Royals for the city of Kansas City, Missouri. One thing did bother me yesterday, JT, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, I know what it is.
Here's the governor of Kansas.
Welcome home to Kansas.
Welcome home to Kansas. What I hear, listen, I understand you got the teams and all this. Welcome home to Kansas? If you're going to say welcome home to the Chiefs, it would just be Dallas saying it. The Dallas Texans. If you're going to say welcome home, there's no welcome home to the state of Kansas. They never played in Kansas. They're not from Kansas. Saying welcome home to somebody that's not their home, no, they've resided in Kansas City since they left Dallas. So, yes, could Missouri eventually say 30 or 40 years down the road, they say welcome home? Yes, they could say it. But come on, man. Come on, JT. When I heard welcome home, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? You're not welcoming anybody home, all right? Even people in Kansas have to agree with that. There's no welcome home to somebody that never lived there. Does anybody find a stranger, anybody at Hy-Vee or at the grocery store, whatever, you say, come to my house, welcome home. You've never been here, but welcome home. Like, is that what we do now?
Maybe that's the new greeting call in the Midwest. Welcome home.
No. Regardless, we'll go through all the details of the stadium. I will say this, JT. I think gone are the days of training camp at St. Joe. That's one of the first things I thought of is training camp at St. Joe. It'll probably be there for the next couple of years, but with the way these states go back and forth with each other, tax dollars being spent in Missouri, because they will stay at Arrowhead Stadium for 5 more years. You will get them through the 2030
Yeah, this
season.
isn't like they're leaving after next year's season. You get them until 2031.
The 2031 season, they'll be playing in Kansas. That's why they were holding up that it looked like a Priest Holmes jersey, 31, but it meant 31 for the year that they're going to be playing in Kansas. But here's the deal. They'll probably stay in St. Joe, maybe, because Andy Reid likes going away. Like, he likes going away. But let's face it, he's 67 years old in 5 years. I'll tell you this much. The next head coach, they won't do it. They will be practicing. More and more teams are moving their facilities and training camp back to their home. Now there's a few, like the Cowboys, that go off to Oxnard, California. There are a few teams that believe in leaving, but Andy Reid has always believed in leaving. And whenever he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs, they won't do it anymore. But they're building those facilities. They're building those practice facilities. The one really cool thing that they're doing is the 2 multi-use facilities they're building, spending over $700 million to have fields and stuff at the Legend site. We don't know exactly where it's going to be in Wyandotte County, but I assume it would be there. Plus in Olathe, where they're going to put their headquarters, they're going to have those practice facilities as well. So the team's headquarters will be there and practice facilities. But that's probably where you'll see training camp. I don't know within the next couple of years, but eventually that is where you'll see training camp, because I think, JT, that's where they want to go. And is that a bad thing? I don't know. I liked going to St. Joe. I thought it was fun. I liked going up to River Falls, Wisconsin. I thought that was fun. But to be honest with you, people in the Kansas City metro area, where it would be a lot easier for them to go watch the Kansas City Chiefs practice and training camp, staying in Kansas City. Although I did always think going to training camp was fun.
It was always fun. I didn't go as often as I would like up in St. Joe, and I probably will try to go more. But going up to St. Joe, I remember my grandpa would take us, and we just go up there, have a good time, get there early. But, I mean, wherever they go, I still think it's going to be a really good experience. To me, when it comes to training camp, it's really not about where the team is. It's about the atmosphere it has.
Yeah.
And so whether that be here in Missouri, whether that be in Kansas, I think as long as it's a good atmosphere and it's at a good location, it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, the text line disagrees with me. They say it's more salt on the road that I didn't understand what the governor was saying. I'm just saying, you just don't use the word welcome home. I mean, you really want to piss the people in Missouri off? Don't use that term. I understand what you're saying, welcome home, because that is their new home. But they're still going to be home in Missouri for 5 more years. So saying welcome home, yes, that term does. This fan base is both sides. This fan base needs both sides. Kansas will need the state of Missouri as fans, as season ticket holders. They need each other. But just kind of rub salt in the wound saying welcome home, yeah.
What do you think?
You can take this I understand what they say by welcome home. It's their new home. I get that part. But just spare me the welcome home.
I'm just intrigued to know how much those ticket prices will be for that last home Arrowhead game in Kansas City, Missouri will be. It's going to be extremely expensive.
It'll be a ton. How about the first one at the new stadium?
Yeah, I know.
Being at the first game ever there?
It's gonna be wild. The renderings that I saw, it's gonna be pretty nice little atmosphere they're gonna have built around there with community. It kind of looks like what you would think it would look like. What it's trying to be like the next SoFi. It feels like.
I know the Chiefs have always been enamored with the SoFi Stadium and having restaurants and shops around it. It's always been big, and I remember back when this thing first went down. Do you remember the first press conferences they had for the stadium? And you can kind of see the writing on the wall then about how bad they wanted to move out. Remember, this is what the Chiefs said, Mark Donovan said. Keep in mind, this is before the vote.
We actually did a pretty good analysis on real estate development, what we could do, entertainment districts, et cetera. And there's some reality that hits you pretty quickly. Right now in this market, this is not a location that is worthy of developing. So as harsh as that sounds, it's just the reality from a business standpoint.
And that's 100% true. When he said this back before the vote, I was 100% they're gone.
Well, I mean
it
also
didn't take
showed
much, but it was at that point where I said, You know, you don't pass this, they're gone. Because what he's saying is you can't develop this area. Forget the million and so fans the Royals have had different times of the season. You got a freaking Denny's and a Taco Bell, and your Denny's burnt down. And you had a piece of crap water park across from the stadium. You didn't develop that area. And this is the day and age where there's a lot of development around stadiums. I knew they were gone. He's right. He's 100% right.
Well, also, I think people and fans for the Chiefs that are on the Missouri side tend to forget Mark Donovan's not from Kansas City. He's a Pennsylvania guy. He's looking at it as a business opportunity. He's not caring about how the fans feel in Kansas City, Missouri, or how he wants to make everyone happy on the Missouri side. He wants to find out where the best money is for this stadium to be built. And whether you agree or disagree, you could tell by the way they went about it before the vote. They didn't show much effort. It felt like they half-assed the project. Like CDOT said yesterday, it felt like a high schooler who forgot their assignment was due first block at 10 p.m. at night and put it together.
It was rushed, but that was the sentiment, going into it. You cannot develop this area, and they're 100% right. Think about the city and all the development you've seen in different places, right? We talked yesterday. They put the airport way up north, and they were hoping by putting it up there, you'd see a lot of businesses and development in that area. That was the hope. You build it, and they will come, right? The Field of Dreams philosophy. You build it up there, it'll come. And we mentioned it. There was an Applebee's at I-29 and Berry Road. It was the number one Applebee's in the country because there wasn't crap else up there. Now there is. Now there's a ton of development, shopping centers, there's Zona Rosa, there's all this. Where the Mavericks play, Cable Dahmer out in Independence. There's restaurants, shops, everything around it. You go Prairie Fire out in Kansas, all these developments out in Kansas. They put something there and all this development around it. There just wasn't development around the major league franchises in the city, and it's not like they're on these back roads. It's not like they're on K10.
No, yeah.
They're on I-70 and 435, and you can't put development. I'm just flabbergasted no development can go up in that area.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
It can't because it hasn't done it.
Right.
Because if it could, it would.
Because if they could, like you said, they would, but also it would show, hey, you can make development. You can make something happen. And literally, like you said, the only thing that's out there is a Taco Bell and now a burned down Denny's.
That has to be a major Taco Bell. Like, honestly, that Taco Bell probably is number one in the country. You would think so, just that being the place
it's
for all those
it's gonna go
fans to
down once 2031 happens.
Oh, God, yes. You got to move that Taco Bell.
You got to move it. You got to take it right over by wherever the new stadium goes.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
think about the Taco Bell. They're going to be suffering in 2031.
oh, that poor Taco Bell.
Think about the Taco Bell.
Oh, hey, they got a quesarito back, and I'm very happy about Taco Bell for that. Sorry to get off topic, but I love quesarito. Anyway,
I feel bad for the Taco Bell.
but also, I mean, that hotel. Does that hotel even? Is it open? I know the water park inside closed down. Is that?
I
hotel
don't think so.
Okay.
I think that thing.
Yeah, and they just leave it up like it's a dead building.
First of all, I'm not a fan of indoor water parks. They smell like crap. They got mold everywhere.
I'm okay with them.
Shocker, it failed.
Right, shocker, it failed, but I'm okay with them because you can go to them in the winter and be happy.
The one great thing about it is I've been to stadiums in other parts of the country, and the whole downtown atmosphere, I get it. It's fun. If you're a tourist, it's fun. I always thought there's two kind of ways to look at things. If you're a tourist or you're just there for the weekend or whatever, it's fun because you're able to enjoy the whole surroundings. The one thing that made Arrowhead and Kaufman so easy is if you're local, it was easy to go in and out of games. Through the years there, I remember going to almost every one of the Royals home games. It's easy, in, out, you go. But is it really bringing economic development? Is it making money? Because everything's changed now in pro sports. It's no longer just put a stadium and it's about the teams playing. No, it's much more than that. It's about the TV contracts that you have. It's about the shops, the restaurants, people spending money outside of it. It's about the hotels. Pro sports is much different than it used to be. It has changed a ton since those stadiums were built. And a big part of the city, it's just different. It's just weird thinking about going to the other side. So the whole, here, I will say this text line, you don't mind the whole welcome home thing. What did you think about all the football puns?
Get rid of them.
Is it time, Terry? Just be honest with me. Did you like it when the Wolf's attorney used all those for that Wolf that what was his name? The wolf, the bank robbing wolf.
Chiefaholic?
Chiefaholic.
Come on, get with it.
But his lawyer was using all the football puns, like 2 minutes, 2-minute drive and all this. It's ridiculous, but you got to stop with the puns. The whole touchdown, it's flyover country, but it's touchdown country now. Come on, Kansas. You got to stop using football puns.
What is outside of I'm not trying to disrespect Kansas, but what is outside of the Speedway and Arrowhead once it's built? You still just fly over Kansas City, and then you get to, Wichita? You got a college at Wichita State. That's about it. I know you have Lawrence for Kansas, but, Kansas is a lot of fields. It's a lot of fields. And that's
great.
okay.
It's great. It's awesome. But it's not flyover country anymore. It is stop country. Whenever you have the World Cup coming here.
Exactly.
And whenever you have the NFL draft coming here, and the way the Chiefs have rattled off Super Bowls, it's not flyover country anymore. So I was always kind of pissed off when people would say that too. So I get that. And it's not just Kansas deals with that. Missouri has to deal with that too. It's kind of both of them deal with that, right? But the football puns have got to go, don't they?
Oh, God, they're so bad, Bink. They sound like a grandma trying to make fun of something, and you're like, Grandma,
we're no
you're just
longer
too old.
flyover country. We're touchdown country. Come on, man. No.
Touchdown country.
Get rid of the football puns with your political talk. The Wolf's attorney was the best.
Well,
Chiefsaholic's attorney was the best.
I felt like he was his best friend, it felt like at times.
But 913-586 7965 is the phone number. 913-586-7965 is also the J Southland Tow Service text line. We talk a lot about this. Clark Hunt's interview with Bob Fescoe, hear from that. The details, the financial details, what exactly are they doing with these stadiums? Just kind of told you how I felt as a Missouri resident, I understand it. I get it. Missouri had a chance. Had they just moved, point blank, just moved, that would have stung worse. But the fact is, you had an opportunity. You had an opportunity. And again, blank around and find out. Well, you know what? You just found out. 913-586-7965.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Shopping for a new Ford? Go where it's easy. Rob Side Ford. Non-commissioned staff, huge trade-in values, and Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, Rob Side Ford. ROBSIGHT.com.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
Ready for action, hockey fans? BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is giving players another reason to lace up and hit the ice this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to the goals, the checks, the face-offs, and the breakaways with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like Dark Mode 2. Log into BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, all throughout the hockey season to see what's new. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This holiday season, make your airport parking stress-free with Park & Go, Kansas City's family-owned favorite. Picture this, all-covered parking that protects your car from snow and ice so you don't have to be out in the cold clearing off your car. But Park & Go offers more than just parking. It's a holiday experience. Their friendly, helpful staff will greet you with a smile and guide you every step of the way. Worried about missing your flight? Their 24/7 complimentary shuttle service will be waiting at your car and delivers you to the terminal quicker than Santa's sleigh. Don't forget to join Park & Go's Frequent Parker program so you can earn points for free parking. It's like a holiday gift that keeps on giving. This holiday season, give yourself the gift of covered parking, top-notch service, and unbeatable savings at Park & Go. Always the best service, always the best price. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. That's bookparkandgo.com. From the Park & Go family to yours. Happy holidays, Kansas City.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, our mission is to build strong partnerships between our members, our business partners, our customers, and our community. And there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with us. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. The Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times when you need it the most, giving you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. They provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing relationships within the community. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit waysidewaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Welcome back. Fescoe in the morning, or Fescoe and Dusty and Mac. It's Jay Binkley and JT Noah here. You know, here's the thing, JT. I know that we're called flyover country and stuff, which should irritate people from Kansas and Missouri. If I was ever mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, first thing I would do is take those fields around the airport and put up a giant middle finger. And you know what? I would have it mowed out. Said, keep on going. Keep on going. That's what I would do. I submitted my application for mayor of Kansas City yesterday.
I'm sorry, Bink. I probably will not be voting for you.
Why?
I just don't know if you're a good person to be in the head of the house.
Well, you can't vote for me. You're a Kansas guy. So it didn't matter.
Oh, wait, I am.
You can't vote for me.
Shoot,
So
I am. Yeah, you just made me
your vote.
realize
I don't
that.
care.
Thanks for making me realize I am a Kansas man now.
Why, you think I'm too volatile?
I just don't know if I trust someone that takes their first date to a gas station.
Should be vote worthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what is vote worthy? Your mocking drafts. Those are vote worthy.
One of my first orders of business would be luring an NBA or NHL team here. I mean, why not?
Well, yeah. Well, you got to. Yeah.
Hey, hopefully the Royals stay, but if they leave, you sit there with the KC Current.
No respect
in this
to them.
size of metropolitan area, that's what you're going to have left.
No disrespect to them, and I love the
No
teal.
disrespect. I'm talking about, hey,
we just got to have more
decision.
money. We got to have more money. We got like Mark Donovan said, a business decision. We got to get more in here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's go to the phone lines, 913-586-7965. It's also the J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. Just a couple days from Christmas Eve. Actually, Christmas Day. This is actually Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Let's go to Mario in Kansas City, Missouri. What's up, Mario?
Hey, Bink, I'll vote for you, bro.
Hey, there's
You got my vote.
one.
Because I'm on a mission to get rid of Lucas and White because they both on the list. It's the new list is the Lucas and White list. So from now on, when anyone does anything infamous around this town, it's the Lucas and White list. You are no longer mayor. You are Lucas to me. And anybody that votes for anybody that was a part of this regime that let the Chiefs and the Royals lead Kansas City, Missouri, should never, ever be allowed to run for anything in this city ever again. And I'm standing on business on that. Bink, if you can explain to me, I know what you just said, but we've lost every major sporting team in this city in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself, sir, but I went to a Scouts game as a kid when I was in elementary. We lost the Kings. Now the Chiefs and the Royals. Why would anybody want to bring a team here? Vegas is ahead of us as far as the NBA, and I'm sure Seattle is as well. They still got the Sonics colors. So I see no way that anything comes to Kansas City, Missouri again. What I want to ask you is, what's going to happen to Kansas City, Missouri? Because how are they going to make up all that money they lose? And think about this, too. How much money is it going to cost Jackson County to tear down Royals and Chiefs Stadium and clean it up?
Thanks for the call, Mario. I'll address that. Here's the one thing people aren't really realizing. And again, you've heard it before. We talked about it. If you're away on business or you're away on traveling, you're on vacation, and you say, where are you from? Whether you're from Shawnee, Olathe, Gladstone, Independence, Raytown, you're saying, I'm from Kansas City. Because you take pride in where you're from. Now, I agree with CDOT when I heard him talking about, hey, it does matter when people say, oh, you're from Kansas, and you get upset with it. You get tired of the Toto jokes. You get tired of the yellow brick road because you hear that all the time. Oh, we're not in Kansas anymore, when it would be dealing with the Chiefs, when other fan bases. Because honestly, they're probably shocked the team's moving to Kansas because there's a lot of geography illiterate people in this country that don't even know where the Chiefs play anyway. So they're saying, oh, they're going to Kansas? How many people are probably sitting at their dinner tables going, oh, I thought they're from Kansas. They're the Kansas City Chiefs. So there is that, but there was that pride. We're from Kansas or you're from Missouri. But as far as what Mario said about the tax money, that is big. It's called the E-tax. It's also called the jock tax. Over $300 million in taxes was raised from that 1% earnings tax in Kansas City, Missouri, that the residents of Kansas City will still be paying. When you do your taxes, you're still paying 1%. Who's not paying 1% after 5 years will be every athlete that plays at Kauffman Stadium, every athlete that plays at Arrowhead Stadium. Every time a singer like Taylor Swift sings at the stadium, that was 1% gone. That was used for city services, fixing roads, you name it, snow removal, you name it. emergency services, whatever. They use that fund for that, the e-tax fund. That part, sadly, is gone because if they're going to raise taxes to everybody else now, is that 1% going to 2%? Where's it going? Because you're not getting that money from the stadiums anymore. The New York Mets, that $200 million payroll when they played the Royals, that was money in your pocket. Every time Miguel Cabrera would come up making $30,000 at that bat, $36,000 in that bat, 1% don't get any more. Every touchdown pass that's thrown by a quarterback making $30 million a year, 1%. You're not getting any of that anymore. I mean, that's a loss. I worry about Kansas City, Missouri. So when you have all this pride, you're from Kansas City, how much do you really care about Kansas City? Because when they lose these teams, it's going to hurt. You can't look at it any other way. Yeah, you're going to get a great new facility over there, and I'm okay. The text line says I'm bitter. I understand it. I understand business. It's like the Chiefs. They have business decisions to make when it comes to coaching and not loyalty. I don't like bringing in Juju and Clyde and all these guys back and forth. I understand business side of it. I understand why they're over there. Missouri had their chance to keep them. They didn't do it. So I get it. Call it bitterness or whatever. I'm just sad that this team's been here since 1963 and they're moving. But on one hand, I'm worried about the place I live. I'm worried about Kansas City. And I don't care if you're from Overland Park, Olathe. I don't give a rat's ass. You're still from Kansas City. And if Kansas City sinks, that's a problem.
I was going to say, I want to let you know Mario's on a generational run right now. He was also on The Drive yesterday, and he had this to say. So he's going through it being...
Is he on fire?
Yeah, he's on fire.
Lucas and White, two losers is what you are. You turn Kansas City into a podunk downtown, a.k.a. Omaha Junior.
He's calling us Omaha Junior. He's just going through it being...
Yeah. The 913 says I've whined all morning. How have I whined? I've talked about I like the facility. I like the stadium. I'm saying they had the chance to keep them. They didn't keep them. What is your point, 913? Give me a call. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I would love to have a conversation with you. So get out of your mom's basement and give me a call. Let's go to Jared in Green Valley. What's up, Jared?
Hey, good morning, Big. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, so I just want to say that Frank White and Quentin Lucas, they're total idiots, and I hope that they feel shame the rest of their lives for what they've done to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jared, I lost him. He just disappeared. Jared, I didn't mean we didn't hang up on you or anything. It just Carrington was having some phone issues too. The phone it just dropped. It just dropped. We didn't drop that call or anything. We're letting him finish. I'm curious how people feel about Frank White today. Let's go to Neil in Lone Jack. What's up, Neil?
Morning, Jay. I just want to get your opinion because going to this whole situation, that was my number one concern. I mean, I don't want to have to drive further to get to Chiefs Stadium, obviously. For me, it's going to go from about 25 minutes to almost an hour. That's a big difference, but if I even go anymore after that. But here's the deal with me. More than anything, I was concerned about taxes. How are they going to make up for this lost revenue, and what's their plan for that? And that's what I want to know.
How are they going to make up for it? They're probably going to tax us more.
When Mayor Lucas comes on the radio with Carrington, that's the number one question I want Carrington to ask him. What's the plan to make up the lost revenue? And I want to know from you, Jay, what your blame ratio is. I put this about 90 to 95% on Frank White, and then sprinkle the rest between Mike Kehoe and Mayor Lucas. I think Mayor Lucas looks like a fool today and on Friday when he was supremely confident still that we're going to, be able to reverse this. But
I get there was a lot of money. There was a lot of money Missouri was offering as well. The Kansas deal was a sweet deal because you were battling an entire state, wanting to lure them over there. I get it. Kansas put a full court press on them.
Well, in your opinion, who do you blame most? I blame Frank White the most and Mike Kehoe as a combination. The two of them, I put about 90 to 95%.
You're not going to put any on the Jackson County voters? You're not going to put any on the Jackson County voters?
Well, this is the part that I'm getting to get to here, Jay.
Okay.
Without Frank White and his appointed Gail McCain Beatty stupid ass assessor, without the two of them,
Well, I don't want to get
the
it.
vote passes.
Here's the bottom line.
It was Frank White and Mikhail McCain-Beatty's fault that we were under the water with our property taxes, and that, to me, is 90+% of the reason why the vote failed in the first place.
I get it, Neil. The property tax thing was dumb. And here's my thing with it. It was bad timing because I knew when they started raising people's taxes, the minute you tried to pass a vote to keep teams and have the word tax in it, even though it's just an extension of the 3/8 cent sales tax, which, by the way, you're going to be paying anyway. And not only Jackson County wasn't the only ones that paid that. We all paid it. Whether you're Platte, Clay, Johnson, whenever you went over there, you paid it. But I knew the tax was going to be a dirty word. And by doing that, that was the wrong thing with Frank White in Jackson County. When they raised people's property taxes, before you're going to ask for a vote to keep teams, that was dumb. That was short-sighted. That was dumb.
Precisely. He's doing it in 19, 21, and 23, raising people's taxes, and then he expects that vote to pass? I think it's a 90 to 95% Frank White and Mike Kehoe's fault, and Jefferson City in general for allowing that to happen in the first place. The state attorney general finally had to step in the last minute and sue everybody in the freaking county to get the taxes back to 15%, which, by the way, they never even really gave us our money back. It's just a credit.
Well, I know the state tried to save it and put up money for it, so I'm not really blaming the state. Would you take Frank White out of the Royals Hall of Fame?
I would take Frank White out of everything he's attached to because it's his fault, 100%. 90+%, the reason the vote failed is because of Frank White and the property taxes. If that wasn't the case, the vote wouldn't have failed. We'd still be at Arrowhead Stadium, in my opinion.
All right, Neil, thanks for your opinion there. I get it. Hey, the Frank White thing in the Hall of Fame, I've heard people mention this before. They pull him out of the Hall of Fame. And I've always separated it, like Heisman or whatever, if you're in the regular Hall of Fame, whatever you do outside of doing things on the field, you had to separate those issues. And you don't pull somebody out of a Hall of Fame because something they did outside the playing surface. But I will say this. I think Frank's a little bit different deal because it's dealing with the Royals. And yes, the Royals can still stay here in Kansas City, Missouri at this point. But to be honest with you, his actions outside of the field still deal with the Kansas City Royals. And if the Kansas City Royals lose, yeah, you did a lot of great things on the field, but you're also partly responsible for the team leaving the town. That's still an issue, to be honest with you. That's still an issue because that still deals with the Kansas City Royals. So what you did on the field, yeah. So usually there's that separation. Like if you're in the Hall of Fame and you have tax evasion, something like that, you got to separate what you did on the field, what you did off of it. But technically, Frank White is, if the Royals leave town, it's still part of his watch as well. So that's an interesting way to look at it. Let's go to Pat in Lee Summit. What's up, Pat? Or Pate, I'm sorry.
Hey, Bink, it's Tate.
Oh,
I
Tate.
just wanted to say there's one thing that Mayor Lucas said in his press conference yesterday that really resonated with me, is that one thing we should take away from this situation is that we shouldn't let the rule of the people go to the wayside. And that even though I was out of town, I was living in Virginia at the time of the vote, I would have voted yes. I do think it's important that we make sure that the people always stay involved in politics. Thank you. I'll listen off the air.
No, I get it in how you vote. I didn't like the proposals, to be honest with you, but I probably would have voted yes anyway. I don't live in Jackson, but I would have voted yes. Yeah, I didn't like the proposals. I just don't want to see the teams leave. I mean, I understand the economic ramifications of it, and hopefully Missouri can still benefit from the area in getting events. I will say this. It is going to be nice to be able to bid on things like having the Super Bowl or like a college football playoff championship. Not going to get a college football playoff game because those are at the bowl games, but you can still get the college football playoff championship. So that's something you can still get. I mean, there is going to be some big events coming to Kansas City. So I understand that. And I understand the proposal being put in front of you saying, well, look what you got over here. You're still the Kansas City Chiefs moving over. It's just, if you're a Missouri resident, they've been here since 1963. It is a bitter pill to swallow because I worry about the city of Kansas City and what happens next. Jake in Kansas City, what's up?
Legend Bink, what's up, man?
What's up with you? Jake from Raytown.
So here's the deal. I think at first I was pretty pissed off about this too, and I still am, but really only for the 1% earnings tax and my brothers and people that I've got in the fire department and the police department and these city workers. You know, it's going to struggle. But I really, after some further thought, I don't think the Chiefs were ever staying, man. I think that Hunt had his mind made up. He wanted that dome, and he wanted to go build his own legendary spot like his father had multiple times, and he wanted to set himself in that legacy portal. I think he thought he needed to do that. And nonetheless, the money goes where it wants to go, man. Frank White, I don't think I'd pull him out of the Hall of Fame just for the things he said. You know, you can't take him out for something that's non-baseball related, even though this is baseball related, but it's not his playing stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the weird dynamic, though. You know what I'm saying? I've always believed you don't take somebody out of the Hall of Fame if they do something off the field, because it's what you did on the field. But if it's still technically related to the Kansas City Royals, that's a weird line.
That is a weird line, and I don't know. You know, that's above me, man. I don't know how that's going to be handled.
Does it really matter?
I would agree. No, it doesn't. And I can see why they would. And you know that the hate is warranted for sure. I think that I try to be a positive type. I think what we should do is let's see what architect lands this job. Let's see what construction companies we have building this stadium for us, and all those people that are saying I'm not going out there because this, that, and the other. Man, we didn't want you on the bandwagon anyways. Go Chiefs!
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There will be Missouri companies probably working on the stadium and the other facilities, the mixed-use facilities and everything else that they have. There will still be some Missouri companies involved there. Jay in Kansas City. What's up, Jay?
Hey, Bing. Like your work, man. First off, I want to say Frank White's an idiot. Second thing, I had a question for you. What do you think the probability is of the Royals staying here in Kansas City now that the Chiefs are gone? Thanks for the call.
Yeah, great question. I think they're better than they were yesterday of staying in Kansas City. I know there's still a strong allure, and it was always going to be the Royals going over to Kansas first at this point. And I don't blame them for what they want to do. I mean, the vote was the vote, and the vote said, we don't want to keep you. We're not going to extend the tax. So, you know, as an owner of a team and you're not welcome in a certain place, you do want to move. I get that. Hopefully they can work on something downtown or put the thing up in North Kansas City. That would be great to see. Hopefully there's a full court press, because now a lot of that money that was going to go to both can go to one. So hopefully the Kansas City Royals will be a hard court press for Kansas City to keep them, because I think it's very important to keep the Royals, because if the Royals build downtown or Northtown and they stayed in Kansas City, Missouri, it would be huge, because you'd have that there, you'd have the Chiefs over there. I'd work hard on getting the NBA or NHL, and I know it's a pipe dream at this point, but man, I'd be selling Kansas City as a great sports town. And look at the ratings. Hey, the World Cup ratings, the number one ratings were Kansas City, of course, because they're going to be getting the World Cup. But Kansas City's always in the top. Every Olympic sport, Kansas City's always in the top 5, always in the top 10. Again, 4 of the top 5 highest-rated games in the National Football League were Kansas City Chiefs games. And they were all losses, by the way, those 4 games. But they still watched. This town loves sports. So getting another pro sports franchise, that would be the perfect world. If you had an NBA or NHL team and you had the Kansas City Royals still in Kansas City, Missouri, that would be, I mean, it's not the ultimate of still having the Chiefs here. I get that. But that would be a huge, I don't know, it'd be a huge weight off your shoulders to have those teams still in Kansas City, which still could happen. So we'll see what happens. The Royals on this part, I don't know what they're going to do, JT. I would think it would be more positive for them now with everything centered on keeping them. That's the one focus. Now the Chiefs are kind of out of the focus, focusing in on the Kansas City Royals. It ought to be a full court press for Jackson County and City of Kansas City, Missouri to keep the Royals.
Yeah, it's got to be all hands on deck to keep the Royals. So I think the Royals are actually kind of sitting in a good spot, because now they know that Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County are like needing them and wanting them real badly. And they know Kansas also will offer them whatever they want. So I think the Royals are actually sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Says, hey, Bink, when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again, where will the Super Bowl parade be at? Honest question. I don't know if there will be one. There was talks about putting it at Arrowhead Stadium if they did because of what happened the last time at the parade. I don't know. I don't know if the parade is out of the question now. I don't know. Again, I don't know. They got to win the Super Bowl first. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. More of your reaction next.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Holidays are meant to be joyful, but if you're a man dealing with erectile dysfunction, the season of love and joy can be tough on you. And if ED is putting strain on your relationship, this is the year to turn things around. Show your partner you care by giving the gift of treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, they have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So call Heartland Men's Health today and give your partner the best gift this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in your office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds, because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can sign up for BetMGM using bonus code DUSTY and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet does not win. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day. Get into hockey, basketball, and pro football with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sign up today using bonus code DUSTY to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Minimum deposit of $10 to participate. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to supporting those who serve our communities. We believe that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest. We believe.
Thanks for calling the Holiday Gift Line from the Missouri Lottery. If you still have presents to buy, don't panic. Missouri Lottery holiday scratchers and draw games are perfect for everyone on your list 18 and over. And you don't even need a gift receipt. Happy holiday gifting from the Missouri Lottery. Play responsibly.
Home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. Hey, it's Bob Fescoe, and West Shore Home is proving it doesn't have to be. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. That's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathroom, windows, and doors. Plus, right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free and lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Visit eatandys.com to find the location nearest you. Top your day with a smile.
Let me tell you about my good friend Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. He's from Kansas City, never misses a game, and serves the world's finest frozen custard. Tailgate with a pick six, or grab a freshly made custom treat before or after a game. And tell him Mitch and Andy sent you.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side, 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
And welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. Kansas City Chiefs going to move to the Kansas side of the state line. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Still, Kansas City, Kansas Chiefs. I ask you, would it be vintage apparel that you had? JT, it'll still say KC Hope. But 60% public, 40% private. The Star Bonds are what's going to pay for most of this. Dave Helling put out there that Kansas, the $1.8 billion in Star Bonds by putting all of Wyandotte County and half of Johnson County in the
Yeah,
district.
I just saw that. I was like, yep, that makes sense on how you get it done then.
Yeah. Well, it's finding a way in the Star Bonds and the revenue.
And that's why you
made
get
in
the
those
practice
areas.
facility and all that in Olathe, and then you'll have the stadium in Wyandotte.
Yeah, now Denver, some of the Denver reporters are chiming in about how their stadium is not costing any money. It's all Walmart money going to that. So it's a big difference. Go to Crash in Leavenworth. What's up, Crash?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So I just want to I've been listening the last couple of days, and obviously I've been following this thing. I've been telling everybody for a year, Chiefs were going to be coming to Kansas. Of course, everybody said they didn't know what I was talking about. But at the end of the day, I think everybody needs to just stop and take a breath. And I realize time heals everything, but let's really focus on what makes Arrowhead Arrowhead. It's just been the fans. It's been the people. It's been the tailgating. It's been the unity of people. And the fans came from a mix of Missouri and Kansas side. So at the end of the day, Kansas City Chiefs are still going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. It's been a mixture of the fans, and it's been us as fans on both sides of this imaginary line that's made Arrowhead what Arrowhead is. So I think everybody needs to just stop and realize that we've done it for the team, and we've done it for the unity of the team and the brotherhood and the kingdom. And I think people are starting to lose sight of that in the last couple of days. I mean, let's bring it back together, people. Come on.
Bring it back. It is the fans. It is the people that do make the difference. It is the tailgating. It is Chiefs fans that make the biggest difference. That's something that they put out yesterday because it is about the fans. It's also about the lost revenue that'll be happening in Kansas City, Missouri. So I get why people are upset. Alex and Paola, what's going on?
Hey, I agree with what he just said. It is the fans, and I understand you guys being upset about the lost revenue on the Paola side or on the Missouri side. I just got to say, this is more to the fans that are saying from Jackson County, like, I'm going to burn my jersey and go be a Broncos fan, because I've heard that.
Yeah, I think that's just people being angry initially. It'll all soothe itself out.
But people saying, "Oh, I don't want to have to drive an hour to go to a Chiefs game because they've lived near the stadium all that time." There was a guy on the drive last night that's like, "I'm in Topeka. I was driving 2+ hours to go to games. This is going to cut my drive by an hour? Hot dang!
Well,
I'm
there's
going to go to
also
more
a lot
games."
of people in Platte County, even if you live in Jackson. I mean, just going across the river to the stadium. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a further drive for some. It's going to be a lot closer drive for others.
And I think that, like the guy said before me, time heals all wounds and heads. We're all fans. We're all a big Chiefs family, so we'll get through this.
Yeah, I think just a lot of upset people. Obviously, the team's been here since 1963, and they leave. But, it was after a vote was put together by Jackson County. They said no, they're not going to extend the sales tax. And at that point, don't forget, everybody called people on the radio fear-mongering. They called the news fear-mongering. They're only fear-mongering. They're not going to leave. They're not going anywhere. They're going to stay right where they're at. Well, the problem is when you don't vote to put something and keep something, yes, teams look around. It was the next day, actually the same day, and you start getting calls from Utah and Tennessee and everywhere else thinking about wanting a franchise because everybody wants it. It is so tough to get a pro sports franchise in your county. And to lose them, that sucks. I mean, that's bad. It's hard enough just to get them. And we'll never see another pro football team in Jackson County. That's a pipe dream. That's long gone. The Royals still can get that, still can get the NBA or NHL, even though that's a long shot as well. And Textline brought up T-Mobile Center. We'll need renovations. And I know they have a little bit in the budget for renovations without a public vote. But the problem is T-Mobile Center, formerly Sprint Center, was open in 2007. I mean, believe it or not, that's almost a 20-year-old facility at this point. So, yes, if you did draw another team, it probably would need renovations because the only banners they have hanging up at that stadium are Garth Brooks banners. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 20-year-old facility, and obviously that will need to be refunded as well. I get that. Mike in Kansas City. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Bink, it's Mike over at Giants Parkville. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
Good. Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Jackson County, grew up in North Kansas City, and I'm kind of a little bit torn, I guess, on all of this because my mom and dad are both from Kansas. Like, all my family's from Kansas. I'm a massive K-State fan, but I think for me, it's just like my head's spinning from all this just because I'm torn in between the two. But really, at the end of the day, it's just more of what's going to happen to Kansas City, Missouri, like economically is what I get really worried about. And
that's the thing.
That's really just all I would say.
Yeah, it's the place where you say you're from, Kansas City. When you're away, you take some pride. You're from Kansas City. Yeah, it's from the metro. You're not saying, hey, I'm from Lenexa. People go, where's that? You say you're from Kansas City, everybody knows where Kansas City is. But it is one big metropolitan area. But what's going to happen to Kansas City? There's not going to be a ton of reason for people to go to Kansas City, Missouri. And, I mean, there's shops, restaurants, everything else outside of Kansas City on the other side. I guess the only thing people would be doing is going to the airport. I mean, not going to Royals games. It depends, again, what the Royals do. Hopefully, Missouri can be able to keep the Kansas City Royals. But where else are you going? Because the Chiefs, the Royals, that was a big reason why people went to Kansas City, Missouri. Let's go to Nick in KCMO.
Hey, Jay, this is Nick. I lived in KCMO by the Chiefs Stadium my whole life, bought a house up there. And I know this is a sports station, but the reality is it's a political decision. The Chiefs are going to go whoever gave them the most money. The Chiefs don't give a crap about their current spot. They won't even put sidewalks to the neighborhoods over there. And as a KCMO resident, I'm glad we're not paying billionaires to fund their next stadium. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, people are bitter about this. They're going to stay bitter about this. But it is a business decision, and business decisions are, you understand them. You're giving a lot of money up front. I mean, anybody has those business decisions. I know that people look at these, college athletes that bounce between different schools because they're getting a better deal, getting over $1 million, $1.5 million to go to a different school, and they make a business decision to go. Things are different. And I think in life, if people have jobs and they're given a really lucrative opportunity to go jump somewhere else, they probably do. It's about making business decisions. And it sucks for Kansas City, Missouri. It sucks there was never any development that went on out there. And it's really no fault of their own. Just people just didn't do it. We've seen development will go up wherever it makes sense, and wherever dollars and cents will be spent by people going to it. I have no idea why they weren't ever able to develop that area outside the stadium. I mean, just having a Taco Bell be the only really place to eat outside of a major league franchise in a pro football franchise don't make a lot of sense. But things are going to change. I can see training camp moving back to Olathe, Kansas in a couple of years. I can see that being, I don't think that's a big problem for anybody because, instead of driving up to St. Joe, let's drive over to Olathe. I think that'll be a lot easier for a lot of people to do. But it is fun always going away to training camp, and I think that's one of the side things that will go on. Bob Fescoe, who's normally on right now at this time, had an opportunity to have a one-on-one interview with Clark Hunt to kind of more explain things and what their projects will look like as far, I think, Star in Dallas. They practice in Frisco. They have, a 91-acre facility in Frisco where they practice. They've got a football stadium there that's used by the Frisco School District, the ISD there, which they're going to incorporate that in Olathe. So they'll have a football stadium there, and the high school kids can play football at that stadium as well. So it's a lot of the Star concepts, what the Cowboys are doing, what it looks like they're going to have here in Kansas City. Bring you that next.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
At Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, our mission is to build strong partnerships between our members, our business partners, our customers, and our community. And there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with us. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. The Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times when you need it the most, giving you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. They provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing relationships within the community. There's no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
The world's largest sports book at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circus Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circus Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
And we're out. Back in 60.
Hey, what are you eating?
Chimichurri filet mignon. It's a Factor meal.
Oh, nice. Wait, they let you eat like that in the pros?
Oh, they insist on it. A pro's work starts on the plate.
Oh, man, that does look good. Let me have a taste?
Get your own.
All right. Where do I find this? Is it factormeals.com?
Yep, and they've got a deal going on.
Oh, love a deal. I am so in.
Smart move. Pro move.
All right. Factor. Eat like a pro.
Paid for in client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit WaysideWaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 northbound, a little slow past Pleasant Valley Road with construction set up in through there. Heading towards downtown 70 westbound, sluggish from Truman in towards the Paseo. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. We're going to hear from Bob Fescoe's interview with Clark Hunt yesterday from Topeka. Even though Bob was on the show, he was busy in Topeka, Kansas. It's been all about the stadiums. That is your stadium source right there is one Bob Fescoe, JT. He is Mr. Stadiums.
And he's been really accurate with what he's been told. And he's told everyone for the last 2 years he thought this was going to happen, and it came to fruition yesterday.
Yeah. He and I sat doing this show back when the vote happened. I'll never forget that because it was like, all right, what's the vote going to be? Because put on Twitter that night, hey, you blank around, you're going to find out. Well, they found out. That's what happens. It wasn't the best proposal, but if you want to keep your teams, it was by voting yes. That didn't happen. Now we move on. I think cooler heads will prevail at some point. It's still the Kansas City Chiefs. It's still your football team. And I know there's a lot of anger going back and forth with the state lines. It's one thing that's really cool about this area, whether you call it cool or not, but the whole rivalry that exists. I did a radio show outside of Kansas City last night, and they were trying to understand the whole Kansas-Missouri thing. And it's like, well, you just don't understand. If you're not from here, you just don't understand. It's just the old rivalry between the two states.
Yeah, it's a tough one to understand outside of the Kansas-Missouri area.
Big deal. They're just going across there. Illinois is about to have this issue, too, and the Bears, if they do move to Indiana for their stadium, they're going to be dealing with this, too, when they see where it goes. But this is pro sports now. This is pro sports in 2025. It's a different game, man. It's about shops, the restaurants and bars, multi-use facilities. This is where it's going. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. Did you watch the game last night? Did you see the Colts go down in spectacular fashion?
So I watched the game up until about halftime, and then I went to bed and I watched the highlights this morning. But I was watching it on the ESPN2 where they were having Luke Kuechly and it was Dan Orlovsky. They were doing more of like a high-tech version of they were showing the coverages and talking about the schemes and stuff, and I thought that was fascinating. And if you watch the highlights on that, Luke Kuechly calls out the play and says if on the pick six, he goes, hey, if the linebacker reads it, he's going to have a pick six. sure enough, has an interception for a return.
Some of these alternative broadcasts are pretty good. You ever watch Amazon? And people have a chance on the game.
Yeah,
this
I've
week?
heard about it. I heard it's really good.
They have an Amazon Vision or whatever with the game. It looks like a Madden game where they, highlighting the players.
I might actually do that for Thursday night. Because
I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting way to watch a
because
game.
I think it would be actually kind of
job.
interesting, and it would keep people entertained, especially Chiefs fans, considering what's at stake for the Chiefs. Nothing, right? So watch it on that and see if you like it and enjoy what you can learn from those other sides of the analyst.
Well, a couple takeaways from that game last night. Obviously, the Colts still a chance. It's very, very slow winning out and hoping the Houston Texans lose. It was a team that's now 8-7. That was the number one team in football with the number one seed through. It's a team that everybody loved. And I told you, with the Chiefs out of it, I'm going to enjoy the failure in the falling down of other franchises. It began last night, 48-27, Niners over the Colts. It's the only solace you could take, seeing other teams fail, especially when their fans peacock and cry so much once they played the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, somebody's going to win it, but seeing these fan bases, these Johnny-come-latelys that were so excited about their teams fail, love seeing it.
Well, I know this team can't truly fall and fail out of the playoffs, but wouldn't it be something wild if the Broncos fall so hard that they lose the division to the Chargers? That's still a possibility.
It's like kissing your sister or cousin, though. I guess it's the lesser of two evils having the Chargers win it. The Broncos have been peacocking.
That's what I'm saying.
Time.
It would be hilarious for them to be peacocking all the time, and then all of a sudden they lose the division because they couldn't keep the Chargers out.
I'd probably rather see the Chargers win the Broncos because that whole
the Chargers
halftime
have no
interview.
Fans. The Chargers have no fans.
Sean Payton, how cocky he was that halftime interview when the Chiefs are playing the Broncos, about not being a second half team and everything else that he was talking about, and all this love the Broncos are getting now with rebuilding that team. And to see them actually lose it, but a lot of things have to happen for them to lose the number one seed. But I told you I'd like.
They don't have the number one seed.
What's that?
They don't have the one seed.
If they get the number one seed.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
But they do have the tiebreaker over the Patriots.
Okay. But I mean, if
they both tie, it'll be the Broncos.
Right, but if the Broncos lose to the Chargers,
they are still over. They are still a number one seed in the AFC. But they have the same record as the Patriots, but they win a tiebreaker over New England based on best win percentage. In
but
common
if
games.
the Chargers win out and they lose, and then obviously that means the Broncos lost in Week 18. That means the Chargers get the one seed.
And the Chargers will have swept the Broncos at that point because they beat them earlier this season. So CNT, and I know Daniel Jones is not playing. Phillip Rivers actually looked halfway decent last night, to be honest with you. I mean, he's 0 for 2 now, but I didn't think he'd play as well as he has. But, man, he gets rid of that football quick, doesn't he?
He still has that weird throwing animation.
He does, man. He just gets it done. So props to him being out of football, NFL football.
What did you think of the black helmets?
They do that once in a while.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know why they picked black.
It looked okay. I mean, I
get it for a night game. I get it for a night game.
The Niners, I will say this: Shanahan could freaking coach, man, because that team has dealt with
good.
so many injuries this year.
Yeah,
you get Ayuk, that's basically on the.
He doesn't want to play. He just doesn't want to play.
Yeah, not showing up list. He has former Chiefs receivers doing things in this game.
Sky
Moore had a 23-yard catch. They were glazing on Sky Moore, like, oh, they can't wait to go to training camp with him and see what he's got. We'll see what he's got. He had one catch for 23 yards. DeMarcus Robinson, old friend, had a touchdown as well.
Yeah, so he was huge for him early in the year when they were down with their wide receivers. I mean,
they're
Ayuk was
11-4 by smoke and mirrors, but I give him credit. That's good coaching.
Now,
man.
Kittle did go out of the game late in the game. He tweaked his ankle, they said, so that'd be a thing to watch.
But I told you I'm going to be rooting for teams that fail. They got awful cocky. Just those teams that got really cocky and cried about losing to the Chiefs. Like the Lions. They completely started crying the whole week. And I was like, man, you got to concentrate on your next game. You can't keep crying about the Chiefs game where you only scored 17 points. You know, the Colts cried a lot after losing to the Chiefs, even though, 18 total yards in the fourth quarter and overtime? They did it themselves.
And they forgot who Jonathan Taylor was?
Yeah, they forgot Jonathan Taylor. Daniel Jones didn't get the job done, and they cried about losing to the Kansas City Chiefs because they were the Johnny-come-latelys in the NFL. They want to sit at the grown-ups table at Thanksgiving so desperately and didn't get a chance, but it's always fun. Now they still do have a chance, slight chance, but you know what? Slight chances do happen, so we'll see. And I do like Phillip Rivers, and it doesn't matter now because Chiefs are out of the playoffs. So I do like Phillip, but yeah, the rest of the Colts, it's fun to see teams start to fall. Bob Fescoe had a chance to catch up with Clark Hunt.
Well, we're here with Clark Hunt, who made a major announcement today. The Chiefs are officially moving to the great state of Kansas. How would your dad feel about all this today?
Well, I've actually thought a lot about my dad over the last several weeks and last several months as we worked through this decision. He certainly loved Arrowhead. In fact, he said it was his favorite place on earth. But he was always about the fans and what was best for them. And he was also very forward-thinking, thinking about the future. And I think he would be absolutely thrilled that we're going to build a state-of-the-art stadium that our kids, our grandkids, our grandchildren will be able to enjoy for generations.
You know, through this whole process, I thought a lot about your dad. You know, I'm one of the few left that knew him in the media now, right? And so I was thinking a lot about how would Lamar think about this? Then I thought about you. You're leaving your childhood home. How difficult was it for you to say goodbye to Arrowhead and build new?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Arrowhead's a special place for many Chiefs fans, including our family, and we all have special memories there. But this decision was really about building a place where our kids and future generations of Chiefs fans can have their own memories.
Yeah, it's awesome as we talk with Clark Hunt. So let's talk about this whole thing. How did we get here today in the state of Kansas where you're announcing the new stadium and the new facility in Olathe too?
Yeah, well, it started last year with the state of Kansas reaching out to us and saying, hey, we may have a way to finance a new facility for you. And those conversations just accelerated over the last 12 to 18 months. And they've been very intense, as you can imagine, for the last couple of months, sometimes one step forward, two steps back. But we were able to reach an agreement that works for the state of Kansas, works for the Chiefs organization, and I think will be an absolute huge win for our fans and also our employees. We just had a team meeting with our employees to tell them about the announcement.
Right.
And I think I could see the excitement on their faces about having a brand new practice facility and team headquarters.
So you guys are going to be able to do all of that. What is the structure of all of this? Who pays for what? How does this all work out? Everybody wants to know the numbers and all that.
Yeah, sure. So it's a public-private partnership, like most stadium deals are. And the state of Kansas will be paying for 60%, and our family will be paying for 40%, both of the stadium as well as the practice facility. There's also an opportunity and an obligation for some development around both facilities. That's something that was very important to Kansas. They wanted the development of mixed-use districts around both, and that's something that we're excited about being part of.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because for a couple of years now, even longer, we've been talking about where stadiums are and what is required to support a team anymore, in the NFL or even in Major League Baseball for that matter. And that development around the stadium, the practice facility, how much does that help keep you competitive with everybody else in the NFL? People hear salary cap, but there's much more to it than that.
Yeah, that's really been a trend across all professional sports, that most facilities, arenas, stadiums have mixed-use developments around them. And it's certainly an important part of the financial equation. I also think it'll help make the game day experience better for our fans, to be able to go somewhere where there are hotels and where there are bars and restaurants that are close to the stadium.
Yeah, what about dome, retractable? What are you thinking for that?
Well, our plan is for a dome. We've not made a decision on whether it'll be retractable or not. We'll get into the design work pretty quickly. The first order of business will be to select an architect, and once we've done that, we'll get to work on that design and figuring out what will be best for the community.
And it's cool to have how many great architects here in Kansas City that can do all this. I mean, look what they did the first time around, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kansas City for a long time has been really the birthplace of stadium architects, and that really goes all the way back to the development of the Truman Sports Complex back in the late 60s and 1970s. The people who worked on that helped found many of the firms that are here in Kansas City now.
When you've been traveling around, you've got what's going on just in your division alone with LA and with Las Vegas, and now Denver's coming on with new. When did you say, yeah, we do have to do this, or we're not going to be able to stay competitive?
Well, we knew that we had to do something in terms of either renovating Arrowhead or building a new stadium, because our lease is up in 5 years. So we just had hit that sort of natural timeline, and really the lead time you need to design and build a stadium is 5 years. So we were really up against the wall in terms of needing to make a decision. Certainly we're aware of what's going on around the National Football League.
Yeah.
The last several weeks I had a chance to tour Buffalo's new stadium. This past Sunday I toured the Titans' new stadium, which is going to be a dome. And as you alluded to, there are plans in Denver and in Chicago and in Washington to build new stadiums. And I think all those are going to be domes as well.
All right, what's the one cool thing Clark Hunt wants in this stadium? All right, I get to design my own. We're putting this in. What are we doing?
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that we're going to make sure is even better than it is today, and that's the tailgating.
Yeah.
So that's not the stadium specifically, but we did a survey with our fans, and they came back and said there are two things that are really important. One is we want a new stadium to be loud. And secondly, we want the tailgating experience to be what it is today. So we're going to work hard to even do better than we have today.
How do we do better at tailgating?
We're going to take it to another level.
So now that this has been announced, what's next? How is this process going to work forward? Because I think this is going to be for the next 5 years. Everybody wanting information every day on what's going on.
Yeah, and initially I think the information is going to come a little bit slowly because we do have to select an architect. We don't even have renderings of the stadium because this agreement with Kansas is so new. So that'll be the first order of business, is to get an architect on board. Soon after that, a contractor, and then get to work on the design work and then the construction cycle, which really needs to start in about 2 years.
What about the practice facility? What are the plans for that involving Olathe School District and the city of Olathe? What's all going to happen down there?
Yeah, so we've already had conversations with the school district about potentially having a football stadium on the development, and also a youth recreation center. So those will be key parts of the development. I'm really excited about that. Just that overall mixed-use development. I think it's going to be a great place for our players, coaches, and employees to go to work. And I think it's going to be a great place for the citizens of Johnson County to go and enjoy a day.
So we're talking basically the Star that's down in Dallas being up here in Kansas, essentially.
Yes, I think there are two really good models in the NFL in terms of mixed-use developments. One is the Star, where the Cowboys practice, and the other one would be the Vikings
is awesome
facility. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool spot up there.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We've reached the beginning or the end. I don't know. How do you want to phrase that,
We're
right?
going to say the beginning.
The beginning, yes.
Right.
Clark Hunt, the Chiefs are officially moving to the state of Kansas.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Over at QC Kinetics are seeing the new year, and they're seeing a new year where you don't have pain. Do you want to see that new year as well, where you don't have pain anymore that's hindering you from doing the things you love? Maybe it's hindering you from actually enjoying the holidays this year. Well, in 2026, all that can change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. QC Kinetics believes that relief doesn't have to come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost, helping you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. So if you're ready to take that first step, literally, get on the phone with my friends over at QC Kinetics, because they deliver long-term relief where pain stops defining you. Schedule your free consultation today, and now's a great time to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
It's holiday cheers time And Gomer's Fine Wines and Liquors is here for it. With 5 locations, a wide selection, great prices, and friendly service. Gomer's Fine Wines and Liquors. Family owned and KC proud since 1969.
Are you in need of top quality metal for your next project? Look no further than Metal by the Foot. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Steel, aluminum, brass, and stainless. The Foot. Blue Demon Welding Supplies, filler rods, and wire. The Foot. Bronius Professional Welding Equipment, Service and Repairs. The Foot. Located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
Nugget bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-848-2299. 800-848-2299. Again, that's 800-848-2299.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ready for action, basketball fans? BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is giving players another reason to hit the court this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to every basket, every slam dunk, and every buzzer-beating shot with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and same-game parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like Dark Mode 2. Log into BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, all throughout the basketball season to see what's new. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 northbound, slow at Pleasant Valley Road. Stays a little sluggish up towards Flintlock with construction taking away the right lane. Otherwise, things moving pretty well all around the metro. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Welcome back. Jay Binkley, JT Noah, producing the operation. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. Also, the J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. Feels weird that this, we're finally talking about this, where the team is leaving. It seems like forever we've been kind of, in doubt. Are the Royals staying? Are the Chiefs staying? What's the situation they're going to? The vote a couple years ago. I mean, just there's finally some solution to the situation. There's no solution to the Kansas City Royals on where they're going, so that'll be interesting. But that was Bob Fescoe with Clark Hunt, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, earlier. And he said a lot of things there about this multi-use facility that they would have, and they would have it in both places. Their statement says that, the fact that they have a multi-use facility, whatever that means, I don't know, but about $700 million for those facilities. So multi-use at the stadium, probably with fields. There'll be fields there. There's going to be some in Olathe where the headquarters is going to be. It's going to be partnered with the Olathe School District, I assume. They have, 2 stadiums out there now in Olathe, but it's a stadium. I know that the Dallas Cowboys, with the Star that was brought up, the facility. Look up the Star if you want to see kind of what the Chiefs' grander plans are with having where the school district can play home football games. And I know one of the Kansas City schools, I think it was St. Pius, went down there to Texas and played in the Star this year. They went down to Texas and played in that game. But a multi-use facility where the high schools can use it, and where there's football there's probably going to be flag football, you name it. There's probably going to be it at the multi-use facilities and training facilities, meaning training camp. You don't have to pack up and go. Now with Andy Reid, they like to pack up and go to training camp. Some of his ways like to do it. Some they did in Philadelphia. Then when he left being coach in Philadelphia, they stopped doing it. They went back and did it again. More and more teams. I think there's about 8 teams now that go away for training camp. More and more teams are staying closer to their facilities and having training camp there. I assume that's where the Chiefs would have training camp as well. JT, you always a big fan of going up to training camp. I always think there's some kind of fun about doing that.
Yeah, I went up there a couple times. I thought it was always fun. I know the atmosphere is electric. It's free for the public. So I think it's always a good time up there if you get to go up there.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun to get away. But I understand this is what teams are doing. They're going closer to their home base, where they're from, where the team is. And that's where they have it. But I assume that's where it's going to be. That's the first thing I thought of is training camp. But not that it matters. But the first thing I thought of, training camp's going to be in Kansas City.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be in Missouri.
It'll be in Olathe.
Yeah.
Anyway, training camps don't usually matter. Teams will do it in different states. It's like the Dallas Cowboys have it in Oxnard, California. They do that. I know their bidding process from what Pittsburgh State and others for Kansas City when it came down to St. Joe getting into training camp. So they'll do that as well. But the bottom line is with the Kansas City Chiefs, it is weird. It is weird thinking they're going across the border, but I guess we're going to have to get used to it. There's no other choice. You have no other choice but to get used to this. If you're on the Missouri side, there's no other way. You have to get used to it being on the Kansas side. And I know there's a lot of people that are mad and say they're going to be Broncos fans or things like that, but do you actually think people are going to become fans of other fan bases? Because people are really upset yesterday.
If they do that, I'm sorry, they're silly and weird because I don't understand the whole concept. It's not like they're changing names. They're not moving to a whole new country, whole new state like the Kings did back in the day. They're literally just moving across the border, 30 minutes away. It's not that difficult, folks. Kansas people have done it for many years.
I can't wait for the possibility of getting big events to Kansas City. I think it does help the Kansas City Metro if you did have things like the Super Bowl here, which it's not a guarantee. They still have to bid for it. Roger Goodell did speak on this yesterday for the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, the league likes when teams get new stadiums, get new facilities. I am curious, though. I assume it would be done within the 5-year plan. It's not like they're going to go break ground today on it. The Bills Stadium, by the way, was started in June 2023, JT, when they broke ground on the new Bills Stadium.
And it's going to be ready for next year.
Season. So
it took
about
2.5 years.
3 years.
Yeah. Because it's going to be done way before they start playing in it. You would think.
It'll be 2031 would be the first year at the new stadium, but I imagine that will be the first priority is getting that done. Then the multi-use facilities, things like that, the headquarters, things like that will take a back seat to the actual stadium being built. Clearly, the headquarters will probably be right about the same time, but there's going to be a ton of construction crews working on both these stadiums. But
they said they haven't even talked to like landscapes or the architects to get this thing started. So they've got to do a lot of stuff.
They've got to find it. And Kansas City architectural firms clearly will do this. They did Buffalo.
They're going to be calling right away. They're going to be calling. Hey, guess what? Hey, Clark, we would love to build you a new stadium. Here's our suggestion.
Here's some. Of course, people do have choices. Here's from the 816. I don't have to get used to it. I just don't have to give a single cent to this franchise ever again. No jerseys, no flags, no towels, cups, shirts, hats, etc. See, that's somebody's choice there, and that's their choice. I mean, that's their choice. Their choice is to do whatever they want with their money. I just think a majority of people would still support the team wherever it is because it's the team that they actually like. Nothing else. They don't look at anything else but the Kansas City Chiefs is their franchise, and cooler heads will prevail. But I can't blame people for their feelings. They're going to feel one way or the other. If they want to spend money on a team, they will. If they want to spend money on another team, they'll do it. Nobody has to be a Chiefs fan. People are fans of other teams.
You're not forced to be a fan of anything.
I mean, look at all the bars and
I'm not a fan
restaurants.
of mustard. I'm not a fan of pickles. Okay? My fiance is. I stay away from that stuff.
But it is just a different system we have in pro sports. It's just the way things are going. I don't think things will, well, they won't. Things will never go back to where they were. You know, when you built Kauffman, Arrowhead, think of Three Rivers Stadium and all the great stadiums in the NFL. The Chiefs kind of broke the brand. The Royals broke the brands by having two facilities for their sports teams. Arrowhead is iconic. It is the oldest in the AFC. Buffalo was a year after Kansas City. They're getting a new stadium. Only Soldier Field, which will be getting a new stadium, and Lambeau. And once they get Brown on Soldier Field, obviously the Chiefs are getting a new stadium as well. But it would have been number two. It would have been number two behind Lambeau Field. Now, as far as Kauffman, there's not many older stadiums, is there? In the National League, you have a few. Dodger Stadium is a little bit older. Where the Angels play is a tad bit older.
Those are
obviously
two older
Fenway
ones.
and Wrigley are older, but Kauffman's right up there, in top 5 as far as oldest stadiums in Major League Baseball.
Yankee Stadium, new one was built in, 02?
Yeah, so that's out of the picture. But as far as the AL is concerned, where do the Kansas City Royals line up? Yeah, they are old stadiums. But it's about growth and development around the stadiums. It sucks, man. It sucks that there weren't things that were developed and worked around those stadiums. It takes time, man. Just like the whole airport when it was put up there where it is now. It took forever for development. And Kansas City, Missouri tried their best. They tried their best to get the NASCAR track up there. It was between two places, by the airport and Kansas City, Kansas, where it is now. But Kansas City, Missouri did put a hard push to get the NASCAR track back when they were debating on where to put it. So, interesting stuff. Let's go back to the phone lines, 913-586-7965. Let's go to Robert. What's up, Robert?
So, huge KC fan, huge Chiefs fan. My thing is, I'm newer to the Kansas City area, just moved here a couple of years ago, and I think I wasn't surprised that it happened. As you heard, if you really listened to what he said, the multi-use thing was said over and over again, and that's just not something Missouri was wanting to do or was looking at. I mean, which is kind of shocking since they're putting so much into the KC Current with the current landing that you would have thought, okay, hey, it would be nice if they built up around the stadium. And I think that's what a lot of the frustration is, and I think a lot of the fans need to point their frustration at Missouri itself because now you got stadiums and nothing's going to go around them, and now you're not even going to have teams in there. So I think that's one of the biggest, like we moved to the Fort Osage area a couple of years ago, and we look around and like, well, man, a lot of stuff's on the Kansas side, And so we're finding ourselves going over there all a bunch, and Missouri's not really doing a lot. Like, they're doing the KC Current Landing, like I said, but otherwise, I mean, what else is Missouri really doing? Whereas Kansas is building up their area, pulling the Chiefs over, and and now Mayor Lucas is like, oh well, the thing that the truce is no longer a thing. Well, the truce didn't seem like it was a thing with Kansas to begin with them wanting to pull this stuff in. So I think that's where I think people need to put their frustration in Missouri and trying to push them to more, build up areas instead of trying to stay with what they got. And I think that's where, people need to put their frustration.
Oh, I get it. It's one of those things that if the team was playing in Kansas, there'd be hardcore press if it was open by a vote that didn't go their way to lure the team to Missouri. I get it. I mean, it's one of those things. If you're Kansas, you're sitting there saying, well, you don't have any pro sports franchises. You don't have anything. You don't have anything but Kansas and Kansas State. As far as big-time programs, you have a chance to lure an NFL team over, so you put a hardcore press on them. I get it. I understand the philosophy of it. There was a team, it happened to be available, and they're going to put a hardcore press on to give the team what they want to move over. It sucks, but it's a reality. It is a business decision, 100%. Text line saying that Gardner, Kansas was an option for the racetrack as well, but KCMO wanted it as well. They were going to put it up by the airport, so they were part of the discussion as well. Let's go to Tyler in Blue Springs. What's up, Tyler?
And they're going to put a hardcore press on.
Tyler, put your phone down. Tyler.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
You're on the air.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the radio's a little delayed. My bad. So my thought went to now that Arrowhead's for sure gone, and the Royals still don't have, as far as we know, they still don't have a set place where they're going to put their new stadium at. Platte County's already told them to kick rocks. Jackson County told them that they won't pay for it. Maybe that was skewed by them packaging the Arrowhead deal and the Kaufman deal in one bill. But I had this thought the other day, what are the chances now that the Royals now look to Arrowhead and say, demo that, we'll build it there, build some kind of ballpark village in front of it where the current stadium is, and, kind of building up the area from there, because that's also going to put a contention for the entire Kaufman area is there's just been no development in the last 50 years that everything's been there. I'll go ahead and listen on the radio. Thanks.
Yeah, it's tough. And as far as development around the stadiums, it takes money to go buy something, put it out by the stadiums. You would think it would work with the amount of times the Royals play, 81 times a year at their stadium. Now, around the NFL, you don't have those home dates like you do in Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, you have them all the time. That's why you branch out into other things, having the big-time concerts at your facility or the tractor pulls like they've had at Arrowhead. You find a way to supplement income and having – I've always thought Kansas City should get into the mix of preseason games in college football. They used to do it. Remember, Iowa State played Florida State here for a first game of the season. Cincinnati played Nebraska this year at the beginning. That was fun. That was at Arrowhead Stadium. You're going to see more and more of that stuff. And with the whole bowl system going by the wayside in college football, it's not really going by the wayside, but so many teams are pulling out of going to a bowl game that they went for 5 and 7 teams to fill the bowl slots up. I don't know. Bowl system has a bid problem. I like the bowl system, but it's got a big problem. Now, can you have these fancy games before the season? Could they get in that mix? Yeah, I think they would get in that mix. Could they bid on having the college football playoff championship in Kansas City? Yes, I think that becomes more of a possibility as well. So there are good things that can happen with this facility, a lot of good things that can happen with this facility. So it's one of those things. You just got to kind of move on. Hey, Chiefs are moving across the border, and we have to deal with it at this point. Be happy about it? No. Never going to be happy about it. But, yeah, it is what it is. It's a business decision. They've made a business decision, and we have to take a long, hard look at where those stadiums were. And there wasn't development around those stadiums. They kind of let it go by the wayside. There wasn't that big push like the Kansas City Current or whatever to put development around the stadium. They didn't have that whole big push, and you kind of took it for granted having a major league team and a pro football team in your state. So I get the whole Kansas allure for wanting the Chiefs. They see them, they're available. Hey, let's go out and get them, see what we can do, and that's exactly what they did. It sucks losing a team you've had since 1963. But you had your chance. You had your opportunity with the vote to keep the teams. They just didn't do it. But, yes, Kansas fans, they're having a good day. They're having a good week because they get the Kansas City Chiefs to play there. The Missouri residents, not so happy, and I get it. I get both sides. I get Kansas. They should be happy. They should be happy about getting this team. That should make them happy. It's good for the economy. It's good for economic development, getting these type of events on your side of the state line. And I get Missouri's anger. I get it, too. Their team's leaving. They should be frustrated. That's the problem. I don't think anybody's wrong. I think everybody's actually right in the system. I could see the other side of things, and hopefully the Kansas fans, which it sounds like talking to some, they do understand Missouri and maybe the lost revenue for Kansas City, Missouri, an area that they like to call home. Well, you're proud of Kansas City and proud of being from Kansas City because Kansas City was fine. Well, it's never been fine financially, and this is going to hurt it. This will. Losing the Chiefs will hurt Kansas City, Missouri. There is no other way to look at it as far as hurting this team. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. Get to your text as well, 913-586-7965. I know you're angry now, but that anger will subside because I have a feeling you're still going to be buying season tickets next.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can sign up for BetMGM using bonus code DUSTY and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet does not win. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day. Get into hockey, basketball, and pro football with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sign up today using bonus code DUSTY to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Minimum deposit of $10 to participate. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew dressing up for a Halloween ball would change my life forever? Now I get to celebrate with the best fans and everything Kansas City. Oh, yeah! My journey also led me to Renner Garage Door, Casey's go-to team for garage door repair, replacement, and service since 1956. Renner features an MVP lineup from Delden, Amar, and Liftmaster.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVIN.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. Man, the text line's all over the place, man. Seriously. What's going to happen to you guys or whatever? The station's in Kansas.
Well, I'm all over the place too, man. I just skipped over traffic, screwed the traffic.
There's nothing going to happen. You're still a Chiefs partner. You're still going to have the Chiefs games right here on 96.5. It's just across the deal. And Kansas fans, I get it, man. They're really excited. I can tell by the text line. They're very, very excited. They're going to have a very Merry Christmas after this deal. There's a lot of money that's going to be had with these new stadiums and building them, the construction. There's going to be a lot of money going out various places with this. I get it. I get the excitement from Kansas side. Missouri side's bitter, and I get that too. I'm a Missouri side guy. I was kind of bitter about it myself. I never have to like it. I will accept it, but I never have to, quote, like it because of where you live. I get it. But do Kansas fans at all understand? I mean, the whole welcome home Kansas City Chiefs thing. Do you understand how that kind of maybe irritates the other side of the state line? I mean, do you get that part of it? The fact that, you know, Kansas City, Missouri is worried about how they're going to supplement that income now, that 1% jocks tax that any team that played the Royals or the Chiefs, including the Royals and Chiefs themselves, had to pay for working in Kansas City, Missouri. It's the tax that they have. The tax that citizens already pay, but the athletes are paying it as well in a jock tax. You worried about, all right, is there a reason to go to Kansas City, Missouri now? I guess you'll go to current games. Maybe you go to a T-Mobile Center and see a concert. There's going to be a ton of concerts, though, at the new place. And there will be and there should be. Just like college football games, which I've told you early in the season, you can have these games. We've had them here before. There was a day and time where Florida State played Iowa State here in a preseason type game. It was a real game, but a game in Kansas City. They don't have to go to Dublin, Ireland. They can come to Kansas City. You're going to see more and more of these. We already see it in Atlanta. We already see it in Dallas. These games that are kind of preseason classics in college football happen. Yes, Kansas City can get on that radar as well because other towns and teams are doing this with their facilities, getting a Super Bowl. There's a lot of economic impact that affects both sides of the state line. Let's face it, when you have a Super Bowl, you have a big event, people are staying in hotels or shopping in other states. It's just like if something happened in Kansas City, I guarantee you that when the draft was here in 23, there's a ton of people staying over on the Kansas side. Kansas was benefiting from that as well. They were making money. They were selling things at the bars. People were staying at the hotels. They were making money on it, a lot like Kansas City, Missouri was, and that will happen this time around. But does Kansas even understand why Missouri might be a little bitter? They've had the team since 63, and you took their team. I mean, you have to understand why they're a little bit salty. I keep hearing everybody's salty on the Missouri side. Well, you have to understand where that salt comes from. I mean, I get it. You're happy, very happy. You should be happy. But understand why there's some saltiness on the other side. Fred in Overland Park. What's up, Fred?
How you doing?
Hi, Fred.
Forget Kansas or Missouri at the moment. I've said from day one, because I drive by the stadium complex all the time when there's games, 435 is huge, and then you have 70. All that traffic, I don't know what crack someone's been smoking, especially the Royals. The downtown KCMO has the dumbest highway system there is. In other words, it's got to take a hell of a highway system, a hell of a lot of room to put a facility that big, hotels, bars, clubs. That was always the best spot, the Legends area, whatever, because of all that, not the no crime. So it was the logical deal. I hope the Royals are bright enough to know that with Arrowhead gone, that's a hell of a lot of room there. They could put in Disneyland, a new stadium, and a couple other things in that amount of space.
Yeah, you could. Be interesting to see where they go. Obviously, downtown would probably be the most alluring for them to go. They'd still be staying in Kansas City, Missouri. You'd still get that tax, that jock tax on athletes playing in Kansas City, Missouri. So that would be there. Maybe that area just can't be developed. I mean, at some point, you have to look at it and say, well, will there ever be anything there besides the Taco Bell? Like, I'm shocked there hasn't been. Fred, you see how this goes, Fred. You see how this goes.
The original place I said for the Royals was move the damn downtown airport up to KCI, and that's a hell of a lot of room there right off the side of the highway. It would have been like the old Three Rivers Stadium right on the edge of downtown.
River stadiums are cool. Honestly, they are. But they get a lot of commerce going from that airport as well. But the thing is, Fred, whenever they build something, a lot of other stuff comes around it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Legends. Look at the speedways done there, the Sporting Kansas City, all that. You see development. Now, can you sustain that? Can you sustain development when you only have a certain amount of home games a year? Can you sustain that development, or do you need baseball? That's the one thing, too, is Kansas looking at the Royals, because the Royals bring 81 home dates. That is very attractive for states to look at.
I just think I've called in before when they kept saying that the owner of the Royals really, really wants it downtown. Well, I really want Halle Berry as my girlfriend. We all can't get what we want. It's just such a compacted area, like I said earlier, with bad highway system and all that, a hell of a lot of crime. I don't know how a lot of people want to say, hey, honey, want to go out and get shot? I mean, I go to the game tonight.
Well, the bottom line is, I mean, the highway system I get, and what I never understand is by I-70 and 435, the amount of traffic that goes by those stadiums from people not even stopping in Kansas City, just traffic in general, and the Kansas City traffic. You ever there and see all that traffic going to Lee Summit or Blue Springs on I-70, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, how crowded it is? A ton of cars go by that. I'm just shocked that no development was ever there, but they say they can't develop that area. And you know what? Have to take them for their word for it, because it's never developed. And we've waited and waited and waited. Finally, the airport, the whole area up there, finally started to develop. Kansas City, Missouri, I think would help save baseball in Kansas City, Missouri. I think it would bring life to downtown. It would bring income to Kansas City, Missouri, something that they would desperately need at this point. There ought to be a hardcore press. You have to split the money now. There's no money to the Chiefs, money to the Royals. It would be all money to the Kansas City Royals at this point, but I have to understand the Royals side of the thing. It went to a vote. They were resoundingly given the middle finger by the voters that they weren't going to extend the tax, not a new tax, extend the tax to keep the Kansas City Royals. Let's not forget about that. It wasn't adding a new tax. It was extending a tax that was already there. But, yeah, it ought to be hardcore press for the Kansas City Royals now. It ought to be all out. Keep a team from leaving. It's so hard to get these teams. Once they leave, you're not seeing it. There's no way you'll see an expansion team to Kansas City because the teams would be just right there on the other side of the border. You're not going to see that. Remember when they built a McDonald's and they wouldn't put one in with like a mile and a half or 2 miles? Now it doesn't matter. You see them all over the place. Like you go to St. Joe in the Belt, there's a McDonald's, there's another one, down the road that happens, but you're not going to see two franchises be that close together unless you're like population in New York and you have the Jets and the Giants, even though they play in New Jersey, not in New York. They keep the New York name, but they actually play those games in New Jersey. Sound familiar? Well, that's what they do in New York. And I know you don't like to fancy yourself as New York, and I get that. But, yeah, where are they going to put these teams? What's going to happen? Where are the Royals going to go? Those are big questions that remain in Kansas City. The Royals definitely have flirted with Johnson County, that 119th and all that Bob's talked about a lot. There's 100% truth to that. Now there's a lot that goes on to, getting that passed, making sure everybody's happy and getting that location locked down to do because you have to tear things up and you have to build a sprawling stadium complex. I get that. But Missouri ought to be hardcore pressed to keep it because really, if the Royals leave, you're down to really courting the NBA or NHL. I mean, that is where you're at. Yeah, and it seems like a pipe dream at this point to have the NBA or NHL. I get that. And, yeah, you're behind the 8 ball on teams. It used to be Kansas City would be up near the top, but then, Vegas would get teams and, look for Vegas to be on the NBA's radar, or Seattle that got the funding for 2 new stadiums for football and the NHL. Obviously, they got the NHL with the Seattle Kraken. They really want to bring the NBA back to the Seattle area. Kansas City almost had a chance with the Oklahoma City Thunder because there was debatable where they were going to go play, or not. They were New Orleans. Whenever they moved the New Orleans for a bit, they went to Oklahoma City. In Oklahoma City, the basketball worked in Oklahoma City. Kansas City was still thought to be a town. It was probably number 2 in that area to allure the Oklahoma City Thunder during that time. Previously, what Oklahoma City Thunder was to have that team. So Kansas City's been in the mix. But for an NHL or NBA team, it would be the only major team, sports team in the Kansas City metropolitan area, a huge metropolitan area. And I get it. State line kind of divides them both, but Kansas City, Missouri is the largest city in the state of Missouri. So that should be alluring to somebody else. But the problem is Kansas City's now falling off, where they were. Yeah, they've been high on the NHL's radar at times, and things look good for Kansas City with the NHL. And I know when they built the Sprint Center, at that point, it was with AEG and Ron Burkle and Tim Leiweke, and it was about bringing a team to Kansas City. There was that thought they could get a team of Kansas City, go to the Board of Governors with the NHL, get a team here. There was the flirtation with the Penguins and Ron Burkle and Mario Lemieux to come here. I do think they used Kansas City as pawns at the time, but they got very serious. It actually got down to a letter of impasse with the city of Pittsburgh whether they're going to move or not. I thought if a team moved, they would have to be a good, viable team the teams could get behind. People could get behind and want to go support those teams. But all things are on the table. Do you think that's a pipe dream, JT, NBA or NHL? I mean, I know it's a pipe dream.
It's a long shot. So,
it ought to be a focus if you lose the Royals.
I mean, it's got to be a focus, but it's still a long shot.
It's 100% a long shot. But if you lose the Royals, this definitely needs to be one of your ultimate considerations. Coming up next, Mitch Holthus on the Chiefs Kingdom show yesterday. His guest was Clark Hunt. Bring you part 1 of that.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Danon Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention.
Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're going to love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dane & Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
This season, enjoy stress-free comfort with easy booking and trusted service from Anthony. Save up to $4,500 on a new high-efficiency HVAC system. Schedule today at anthonyphce.com.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now, we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
My dad was killed by a drunk driver on Thanksgiving. Supposed to go over and I made him a cherry cheesecake.
My father and I were hit by a drunk driver and he was killed. We were driving home from Christmas shopping.
Driving impaired can forever change the holidays.
Just 2 days ago, I caught myself trying to call him.
Christmas is definitely not the same because you know that he's not going to be there.
Always drive sober. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and all the victims of impaired driving crashes.
Home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. Hey, it's Bob Fescoe, and West Shore Home is proving it doesn't have to be. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. That's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathroom, windows, and doors. Plus, right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free and lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit waysidewaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Visit eatandys.com to find the location nearest you. Top your day with a smile.
Let me tell you about my good friend Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. He's from Kansas City, never misses a game, and serves the world's finest frozen custard. Tailgate with a pick six, or grab a freshly made custom treat before or after a game. And tell him Mitch and Andy sent you.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 northbound, heavy from 435 up past Pleasant Valley Road, getting into a construction zone where you're down to one lane. Downtown 670 eastbound, slow from Broadway over past Grand with an accident reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. How many group text messages you think went on with this stadium issue? Do you think this will be discussed at Christmas tables around Kansas City with family and friends when they get together on the 25th?
It depends on if that family likes sports or not.
It will, man, because families do get together for these things. Think about this, though, JT. Think about how many
Not
people.
many families will. My family won't talk about it. I know that.
They don't really done.
They don't care about it.
But here's the thing, though. Because a lot of families, you'll have relatives in Kansas. Maybe grandma and grandpa live in Kansas. Maybe aunt and uncle live in Kansas. Maybe they live in Missouri. Maybe your cousins live in Missouri. It's going to be weird type of blended deal with families at Christmas time, with some members being from Kansas and some Missouri. I bet it's a highly entertaining discussions going on in the city when this happens, don't you? People getting mad, throwing potatoes.
I think you're overthinking this, Bink. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Really? You don't think so?
No.
Somebody's loud, drunk uncle's going to get mad one way or the other if he's from Kansas or Missouri and start throwing a fit. I don't know, man. I bet you have a little bit of
I think it might happen. It might happen one in every 6 family, but it ain't going to be like, oh, hey, my neighbor and his family are getting in a fight. My family got into a fight. I don't think it's going to be that actual big of a deal to many families.
816 says we'll definitely be talking about it. 913 says the same thing. They're going to talk about it. I just think that, when you get families together, that it's going to come up with the stadiums. Because you just think about Thanksgiving, the way it works, when Christmas works, you got the family and friends sitting around there. Maybe you're waiting for the Chiefs game later that night. And obviously that'll be a certain reminder of the Chiefs moving over to Kansas. But I bet the discussion comes up quite a bit. I bet people will argue about which side of the state line that the teams are going, why they shouldn't move, why they should move. I think it might be kind of fun around Kansas City at the dinner tables with everybody arguing and bickering over this. And here's another one.
I think it's more, if this happened before Thanksgiving, it would be more of a talk. But with Christmas, me, Christmas don't really talk about the stuff like that. I mean, my families don't. All the families I'm around.
But in Missouri, I will say this. I 100% disagree with you because I think people will be talking about it. 913 says we're absolutely going to talk about it.
913, yeah, most people don't actually care enough for this topic at a family gathering.
I just think that families do have opinions on it. Everybody I've seen, everybody I know has had an opinion on this. Whether you ask for it or not, and you get people's opinions on the teams. You should have seen them. I'm sure your phone blew up yesterday. Mine did. The text line's going nuts with people in the Kansas and Missouri line. I guarantee if more people were working and not having the day off, which a lot of people are off now for the holidays, and I get that, but this would definitely be water cooler conversation because it's been that way in the past.
Well, I'll say this. I think it will be a topic, but I don't think it's going to go deep. Like this 913 said, of course it'll come up because it's not, but I don't think it's going to get deep in arguing. Like that. Like you were talking, there ain't going to be potatoes thrown. Who eats potatoes on Christmas anyway? I have breakfast casseroles.
Do you?
And cinnamon rolls.
Is that your Christmas Day tradition?
Yeah. We'll go to my parents' house. My mom will have 2 casseroles made and then a thing of cinnamon rolls.
So you're not going to throw it?
No.
Get all mad?
We're not Lamberts out here.
Throw cinnamon rolls.
On cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, but 913, this is definitely going to be a conversation at dinner. I think people are going to talk about this, and I think it's fresh enough with Christmas coming up when all the families get together. And again, those that just your family's from Missouri, they're all from Missouri, they're probably going to be pissed at what's going on. And what's funny is when you enter the Kansas people, here come the Kansas cousins. Here comes that aunt and uncle. Here comes grandma or grandpa from the state of Kansas. I don't think there's going to be real bitterness that goes on, but I think there'll be some lively discussions around Kansas City at the dinner table.
I'd throw a roll at someone if they mouth off on me.
I'm just reading all the Christmas cheer, right? It's the holiday season. Cheer up, right? It's Christmas season. Cheer up. You need to start watching Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I got told I need to watch that.
It's one of the classics at this point. You've seen the one with the BB gun, right? The Christmas Story?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
We did a favorite movies around 96.5.
That's how we got to the topic, yeah.
It is. And nobody put Christmas Story on there. The Red Darter BB gun, even though they show that thing ad nauseum. Doesn't TNT show it all Christmas Eve through Christmas Day or... it's one of those, but they keep showing it on repeat, don't they?
I couldn't believe Elf wasn't on there.
Yeah, it wasn't at all, was it?
I know, that's a good one.
What's your favorite?
Probably Elf or Home Alone.
Elf or Home Alone?
If I had to probably pick one, I'd go with Home Alone because I actually just watched it a couple nights ago.
Text line, I'm almost afraid to ask this because it's all been stadium talk 100% on the text line. Jay Southland Tow Service text line 913-586-7965. What is the best holiday movie, best Christmas movie to watch for people? I'm trying to get JT to watch Christmas Vacation.
I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to watch Christmas Vacation.
Came out in 89. It's weird thinking
so it's
about
11 years older than me.
Yeah, it's weird about thinking about that being a timeless classic, but it kind of is. It's funny watching these movies back then, like with not having cell phones and things like that, or if there is a cell phone, it would have been a car phone or a bag phone. Isn't it funny kind of watching? Like, that's the biggest difference between old movies and current ones is the technology people use during it. And you could definitely see if it's an old saying or not. Here's Christmas Story, then Christmas Vacation in that order. You know that Christmas Story house is actually like a house near Cleveland, right?
For which one?
Yeah, Christmas Story house. It's like an Airbnb now, too. I think you can rent it out to stay in, but it's like a museum, too. I know they were having, imagine that financial issues with it in Cleveland. Or wherever.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, though?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of those debated topics. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? We were asked that at the station, and I think it is. Only because it did take place on Christmas Eve, right? And they did have Christmas music. So if you have Christmas music and it took place on Christmas Eve, I would go ahead and throw Die Hard in as a Christmas music. Text line loves Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Is it? I'll ask you guys. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I don't know. Text line says, then they wonder why Missouri can't get an NHL team. They have one. They have the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, get that straight.
So they do have an NHL team. It is the St. Louis Blues. And now we have to worry about TV contracts, right? That's the next thing.
Well, the MLB's already going through that right now.
Yeah, because St. Louis, they didn't get their payment because everything's on FanDuel. There's St. Louis Cardinals, the Blues, the Royals. So that's the next topic of discussion. It's just really weird in 2025 to have these type of conversations, yet here we are. Let's go to Mark in Overland Park. What's up, Mark?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Text line says Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, is it?
Not really.
Okay. Just trying to cheer you up, man. Just trying to cheer you up.
Hey, on the Kansas side, yeah, we're pretty excited, and you can feel for the folks on Missouri, but...
Sounds like you're down, though, man.
Missouri people got nobody to blame but themselves. They elected these people. They got poor leadership. Kansas stepped into the void. They voted it down. You get what you get. So... let's make the best of it. They're staying here.
The saying always goes, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, right?
Pretty much.
I think we will be throwing a fit because I get it. It's like anything. When these initial things happen, you get the initial reaction of, well, I can't believe you'd be leaving me. I can't believe you're leaving and going that other side of the state line. That's the thing. Kansas and Missouri, and I get it, there's other places around this country where, cities do sit on the edge, and other states do get involved if they're close by. Indiana is trying to lure the Chicago Bears right now as we speak. You got the Jets and the Giants that play over in New Jersey instead of New York. Only Buffalo Bills are the only team that actually plays in the state of New York. So these things that happen, but people oftentimes don't get the state line and how much bitterness there is between the two. Even though if you're on the Kansas side right now, and you probably look out your car as you're driving, you'll probably see Missouri plates. And if you're on the Missouri side, you look out your car window, you'll probably see some Kansas plates. Tons of people live in Kansas, work in Missouri. Ton of people live in Missouri, work in Kansas. It's something about when a team leaves, you have this bitterness. People go all the time. People from all the time from Missouri go over to Overland Park or go over to the Legends and shop. And people from that area will come to the Plaza and shop, or downtown, or come up in the Northland. It goes that way with these sides of the state line where people really don't care. They just go across Missouri to Kansas. Hell, you're on 635. Boom, you're in Missouri. You cross the river, you're over in Kansas. I had a guy from a sister station of ours in Buffalo, New York. It's actually in the Rochester area. They cover the Buffalo Bills. He came up this summer to watch the New York Mets play the Royals. And I thought, man, what a glutton for punishment this is for this guy, because the Royals were the team, of course, to beat the Mets in 2015, and I think they gave away an Eric Hosmer bobblehead during one of those nights. But he's sitting there, and in the shadow was Arrowhead Stadium. Think about all their misery as a sports town has been basically in that Truman Sports Complex between the Royals and the Chiefs. And the one thing he couldn't understand, when he got here, he stayed in the hotel, and he was just going to Uber everywhere. And I said, here's the deal. You stay in the Northland or whatever. You stay in one place. I'll pick you up and drive you wherever you go, because I'm telling you, Uber rides are not real quick in this town because it's so far. We're so spacious. There's so much space. I mean, the city limit of Kansas City is actually bigger than Paris, France. You know, it's huge. You go all the way state line, all the way up past the airport. It's a lot of land. And he couldn't understand that dynamic. I'd be like, hey, we're in Kansas now. Hey, we're in Missouri now. And he was like, big deal. This doesn't really make a difference. But I said, well, yeah, but people here, you know, if you're from Kansas, you're from Kansas. Missouri, you're from Missouri. It's a big battle that goes between the two states as far as where you're from. But we were constantly in Kansas. Then you'd be in Missouri, and nothing was really close apart. But people don't get it. Like, if you're not from this area, you don't understand. And there's a lot of things that did irritate people from Missouri, I being one of them. You know, if they say, and you guys got tired of these jokes, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. You heard this all the time when the Royals would beat somebody or lose to somebody, or the Chiefs would win or lose. You'd hear, you're not in Kansas anymore, Toto, and all these jokes. You'd be like, hey, we're in Missouri. That's Kansas. Kansas is Toto. Kansas is the Wizard of Oz. And people took offense to that because they were saying their team, they were throwing in references to the Wizard of Oz, which wasn't their team at all, being in the state of Missouri. It's one of those things. And you're right. When people were asked where you're from, and you say Kansas City, and they say, oh, the Kansas side, or the Chiefs are from Kansas. And I tell you, there's a lot of people that see this deal because it did make national news as far as the Chiefs getting the largest publicly funded stadium ever done for a pro sports franchise. So obviously it made news everywhere. But there's a lot of people probably said, oh, I didn't even realize they were in Kansas. I thought they were. I thought the Kansas City Chiefs played in Kansas. There's still a ton of people that do. And I know the announcers make a big deal about the beginning. Welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri for the Kansas City Chiefs. But they don't do it all the time. And a lot of people don't pay attention. And there's a lot of people that probably thought the Kansas City Chiefs already played in the state of Kansas. Of course, if you're from here, you know that's not the case. And you know that they play in Missouri. But there is a little bit of pride that goes on the line between, hey, get the Toto, get the Wizard of Oz references out. This team plays in Missouri. So naturally, when they go to Kansas, that changes. But you know how it goes. Got a tweet earlier from somebody that lives in DeSoto. And people would ask where you're from whenever he's traveling. He said DeSoto. And then he explained where DeSoto is. There's a lot of people, though, just say Kansas City. Whether you live in Gladstone, Independence, Raytown, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Lenexa, Shawnee, Gardner, wherever, you're saying Kansas City. And yes, there's a lot of pride on saying you're from Kansas City. I think we're all proud to be from Kansas City because essentially that's where you're from. And that's the name that you're using when you go elsewhere. And I get it, but you want to see Kansas City continue to survive. You want to see it continue to be financially viable. Losing a professional football team, you have to understand they've got money to make up now. Big chunk of money. Let's go to John in Overland Park. What's up, John?
Morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed, sir. Hey, you know, one thing I was thinking about, I live on the Kansas side, but grew up in Missouri. But, you know, when they do like Monday Night Football or Sunday night and they scan the city from the blimp or whatever, drones, whatever they're doing, do you think they're not going to still do downtown Kansas City, Missouri when they do? You know what I mean?
Union Station. They will show Union Station. That's become kind of the Space Needle, the arch of Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if they build a new stadium, I know we're years away, but they're still Kansas City's still Kansas City.
No, I think they're going to show Dave and Buster's now.
Yeah, or they're going to show Hollywood Casino. God knows my wife will probably see my car. So have a great day, Bink. I appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. It's we got to do. We all got to get along, support the same teams. But anyway, Clark Hunt did speak last night with Mitch Holthus. Said I'd bring it to you. I'll bring it to you next. Got a little distracted there at the text line. I just love these texts going back and forth. It's fun, and I think it's going to make a fun Christmas when all these families get together. It's going to be fun. Anyway, 913-586-7965 is the phone number. Bring you Mitch Holthus' interview with Clark Hunt. And the thing about it is to kind of understand what they're going to be building. So got to get used to it. They are going where they're going. Now it's about what events can come to Kansas City, what type of facility will be built, because that'll be all the concentration now. When you'll start seeing the images, when the seats are put in or when they break ground, it's going to be a constant big deal for the next 5 seasons.
This is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are seeing the new year, and they're seeing a new year where you don't have pain. Do you want to see that new year as well, where you don't have pain anymore that's hindering you from doing the things you love? Maybe it's hindering you from actually enjoying the holidays this year. Well, in 2026, all that can change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. QC Kinetics believes that relief doesn't have to come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost, helping you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. So if you're ready to take that first step, literally, get on the phone with my friends over at QC Kinetics, because they deliver long-term relief where pain stops defining you. Schedule your free consultation today, and now's a great time to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Good news! FanDuel Sportsbook is live in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that's tough to beat. Right now, new customers in Missouri can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or more, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So download FanDuel today and head to FanDuel.com/Missouri and join the excitement. Remember, new Missouri customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. Because Missouri, it's time to play your game of FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Texting enrolls enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is gonna be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 northbound, heavy approaching Pleasant Valley Road with construction down to one lane and through there. Kansas signed in Olathe 35 southbound, gets heavy around 119th Street, moves better down towards 127th with a reported stolen area. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
See, traffic reports, JT, are on both sides of the state line, right? It's one big happy community, right? You get traffic reports from Kansas and Missouri.
Got to. I mean, the highways run right through them.
It does, man. And there's going to be plenty of interesting Christmas conversations with the stadium issues. By the way, the Chiefs did sign Shane Buechele to be that emergency quarterback. They put him on the roster. Is it probably going to be him or Bailey Zappi? Because both of them, the Zapster and Shane Buechele, are on the practice squads of their respective teams.
I think Buechele will get to start the last game of the year.
There's a good chance of that. Oladokin is the guy now. Maybe they want to get a more look at him because he'll be on the team in the future. So I don't know. But Shane Buechele, it was an easy add-on because it was a practice squad guy. You can throw him right on the roster. Gardner Minshew goes to the IR. Could have been Bailey Zappi. They brought him several times. He probably wanted out of Cleveland at that point. But Shane still gets, as I mentioned, JT, if the Bills win it, he still gets a ring.
Yeah.
He was a member of the Bills this year. And
also no ACL tear for Minshew. That's big for him.
That's huge. I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah, I was very happy and relieved for the guy when they said
100%,
no
100%.
ACL was tore.
100%. But Shane Buechele is your guy that's going to be the backup quarterback. Not that we're worried about backup quarterbacks. Never thought we'd be to this point where you're thinking Noah Gray being the emergency quarterback. But yet, here we are. Let's go to Chris in Springtown. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, Bink. Yeah, I was just calling to let you know, Doc, you're a perfect example. I mean, you don't live in Excelsior Springs no more, but you're representing out here. The team is still the team. It don't matter where they play at. It's still Kansas City. The logo's on the side of the helmet. We got a lot of people here that are not Chiefs fans regardless. Got a lot of Cowboys and Bears and all kind of crazy stuff here, but we need to stick together as a kingdom. I'd much rather them cross a little bit of the state line than to move all the way to St. Louis and stay in Louis. If they moved to St. Louis and stayed in Missouri, people would really be unhappy. So count my blessings. Count my blessings. Keep united. Let's go, Kingdom. Thanks, Bing.
That's right. It's a good attitude to have. By the way, I was recently in Excelsior Springs. Went to Wabash Barbecue down there. I love going down to Springtown. But yeah, St. Louis. It's interesting. I got a text from a St. Louis station. They wanted me to come on actually this morning and talk about it because it's a big deal in St. Louis. They're talking about, well, the Rams left, and now the Chiefs are leaving Kansas City. But the biggest difference is the Rams moved to Los Angeles. The Chiefs are just going across the street. So there is a difference between the two. But, yes, no love lost between Kansas City and St. Louis. And now the Kansas-Missouri thing is taking on a whole new meaning. JD the DJ in Chanute, Kansas, southeastern Kansas. What's going on?
What a great show. You were talking a little earlier about the Christmas Story, and I just happened to have in mint condition a BB gun like that little boy had.
You have a BB gun like that kid?
Yeah, in 2041 it'll be 100 years old. So
that's an old BB gun. Still shoot?
Yeah, I even have an old Red Ryder needs to be fixed up in my storage unit, and I don't know. But
did you drink Ovaltine?
I never have.
I've never tried it.
Is it? I hear these old radio shows where they're advertising that, and it's really cool. But I'm just really kind of shocked at how the Chiefs, they're doing so great, and then they get in that losing streak.
It's been a rough year, man. It's been a weird year. Like I said, we're sitting here debating on emergency quarterbacks, and the team's leaving, and your quarterback is down with an ACL. It's just ready to chalk it up and move to 2026.
But I thought, well, if they win them 3 games, at least they'd be over 500. And I thought, well, that'd be a good way to end the season. But then they're still losing, and
but at this point, JD, the DJ, you have to understand, draft order does matter at this point. They're drafting 12th. There's not a ton of opportunity to move clearly up for the Chiefs in the draft, but that is the one bright side of having a losing record. I mean, just from a draft perspective, it's not the greatest perspective being under 500. I get that, but there is a silver lining.
But the injuries really hurt them. I thought they should have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, especially with the offensive line, 100% with the offensive line. One of those things, one of those worries, and thanks, JD, for the call down there. But, yeah, the injuries took concern. But, yeah, Shane Buechele, now a member of the Chiefs. Chiefs drafting 12th. NFL.com just put a little article with that. I always go by Tankathon, and the way they do it, because they update it currently whenever a team wins or loses, they're fast to put it on there. And the Chiefs sitting at number 12 in the draft order now. They're 6-9. Of course, Atlanta's 6-9, and Miami's 6-9. But Miami and Atlanta have better draft slots. Miami 10th, Atlanta 11th, Kansas City 12th because of strength of schedule. And Kansas City's the win percentage for Miami and the Rams, or excuse me, the Atlanta Falcons that did get their pick this year from the Rams, by the way, 400 winning percentage, but the strength of schedule comes in big time here because Kansas City's at 512, Atlanta's 502, Miami's 490. And the strength of schedule is not going to get any easier for the Kansas City Chiefs because they play the Denver Broncos, who had the number 1 seed in the AFC, this Thursday. So that's not going to help the strength of schedule whatsoever when they play the Broncos. However, playing the Raiders the final week of the season does help the Kansas City Chiefs. More on that as we go on. But I wanted to play this Clark Hunt with Mitch Holthus from the Chiefs Kingdom that he has on Monday night right here on 96.5 when he goes to different Hy-Vees around the city. But Clark Hunt was his guest last night as far as, what can you look forward to? Now that they're going, what are the facilities going to be like in Kansas City for the Chiefs?
The chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt.
Mitch, it's great to be on with you tonight. This is definitely a very exciting day for the Kansas City Chiefs and for the Chiefs Kingdom as well.
Well, it's been quite a day. Your thoughts as you've navigated this day and what you were able to present to the Chiefs Kingdom and to the world about how exciting this is.
Well, first of all, we're very grateful
we still have him, I hope.
For the partnership that we have with the state of Kansas.
Evidently, we don't, but we'll try to get him and get him back.
Mitch, can you hear me?
I can now. Thanks, Clark. But just the day.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. First of all, we're very grateful for the leaders in Kansas who helped make this opportunity possible. And I want to give a shout out to Mark Donovan, the president of the Chiefs, who worked for many, many months on this negotiation. We're excited to have an opportunity to build a state-of-the-art dome stadium in Kansas and Wyandotte County. as well as a new practice facility and team headquarters in Olathe. This will be a 5-year project that we would hope to open in the middle of 2031, and the Chiefs would begin playing their home games in the new stadium in 2031.
The process, you mentioned how extensive it's been. Just give us maybe a little more of an indication of just how you've looked at every single thing, every possibility to get to this point.
So during this process, we also had a ongoing dialogue with the state of Missouri and Jackson County and the city of Kansas City. And I want to compliment the leaders there who worked very hard to put together a package that might have made sense for us to stay and renovate Arrowhead. At the end of the day, we just felt like the best thing for the future of the Kansas City Chiefs and our fans was to build a new stadium. This will be a facility that generations of Chiefs fans will get to enjoy not only Chiefs football, but also other big events. And frankly, that's one of the things I'm most excited about is Kansas City's now going to have an opportunity to bid on events that historically we just didn't have a facility that could host those type of events. Things like the Super Bowl, college football playoffs, the NCAA Final Four. We'll be in the mix on all those now going forward with the new stadium.
It's so exciting in that regard. This is a bit of a past, present, future day. Feels that way. Your connection to Arrowhead, like all of us here tonight, obviously very strong. It was your dad's vision, but just the difficulty. This is the difficulty that it was to make this decision.
Yeah, well, like every Chiefs fan, my family absolutely loves Arrowhead. It's a special place, and we have so many memories going back 5+ decades. And for that reason, it did make it a very challenging decision. But this is really about the future. My dad was always thinking about what was next and what was best for the fans. And I have no doubt that if he was here, he would be very excited about the opportunity we have and the game day experience that our fans are going to get to enjoy at this new stadium.
Clark, again, Chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt, with us tonight on the largest network in the National Football League and with our great fans here in Lee Summit at the Hy-Vee and on Ward Road. The totality of this project, though, is another piece of the excitement, meaning that you mentioned how the region will benefit if we have a Final Four here, if we have bowl games here, if we have world-class concerts with more frequency. But what about that there's way more in a stadium here, that this becomes a potential 360-day destination for fans with other entertainment opportunities?
Well, that's exactly right. So one of the benefits of having a dome stadium is it makes it possible to have many more events throughout the year. Over the years, we've had a number of concerts at Arrowhead, but I would expect that number to at least double in the new facility. And the other thing that'll be part of this project is a mixed-use development that'll be around the stadium, and a similar mixed-use development that'll be around the practice facility down in Olathe. So there'll really be assets that benefit the community, as you said, on a 365-day-a-year basis.
So a family who could be coming in from Lincoln, Nebraska, or Springfield, Missouri, could have even a vacation, a Chiefs vacation, and enjoy the amenities of both locale, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The practice facility is going to be designed so that we could host training camp there. So that'll be another opportunity that we potentially have, a chance to host Chiefs fans for the 3 or 4 weeks of training camp at the new facility.
So again, Clark Hunt with us tonight, Chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, a very historic day. So with the two different developments here, the facility, obviously the stadium, which is going to be like 22nd Century Stadium, and the practice facility and the headquarters, You're talking two different developments. What about the economic impact of that, even in just the construction phase over the next 5 years?
The state of Kansas had a analysis done on the economic impact of the project, and during the construction phase alone, it's estimated that the economic impact on the state will be in excess of $4 billion and will entail the hiring of some 21,000 employees to get the project done. They're both very big projects, things that are going to require a lot of time, coordination, and effort to make sure that we stay on schedule. And they're really big economic drivers, not only during the construction phase, but once the facilities are open as well.
So, it's the first part of Clark Hunt sitting down, or not, he called in the Mitch Holthus' Chiefs Kingdom show last night, bringing the second part of that later. But I guess there is some excitement, some of the arenas and the concerts, but that was already a battle with T-Mobile, right? They were already having concerts out there, and a dome stadium will bring that more. Are you a fan of dome stadiums? I like retractable so much better, JT. I don't know where you stand.
I wanted retractable
dome facilities or not.
I did want a retractable one, but it sounds like we're not getting a retractable. We're getting a full.
Well, no, it's still under consideration, right? That's what they say. It's still under consideration, but it looks more like a dome facility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks more like a dome that we've seen.
Can you imagine how loud that thing's going to be?
It's going to be loud.
Domes are loud. I've been in a high school state championship back when they used to have an Edward Jones dome, and even when we put 5,000 or 6,000 people in there, it was loud. Can you imagine that place?
It's going to be rocking.
Yeah, and they talk about tailgating and everything else at the stadium. They're going to enhance it. How can you enhance tailgating, JT? I have my ideas, but I don't really know 100% how you enhance tailgating. Maybe you have an idea.
Either.
Maybe
No.
the text line has an idea how you enhance tailgating. But I think it can be done. It is what the city's all about. We'll discuss that next.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holthus every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, the holidays are meant to be joyful, but if you're a man dealing with erectile dysfunction, the season of love and joy can be tough on you. And if ED is putting strain on your relationship, this is the year to turn things around. Show your partner you care by giving the gift of treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, they have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So call Heartland Men's Health today and give your partner the best gift this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in your office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here, too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
If ringing in the holidays includes cheers and libations, Gomer's has your back. Voted #1 Casey Liquor Shop, they offer a wide variety of beer, wine, and spirits at great prices. Stop by one of their 5 locations. You'll be glad you did.
Are you in need of top quality metal for your next project? Look no further than Metal by the Foot. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Steel, aluminum, brass, and stainless. The Foot. Blue Demon Welding Supplies, filler rods, and wire. The Foot. Bronius Professional Welding Equipment, service and repairs. The Foot. Located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
This is Dana Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dana Hughes. D.G. Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can sign up for BetMGM using bonus code DUSTY and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet does not win. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day. Get into hockey, basketball, and pro football with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sign up today using bonus code DUSTY to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Minimum deposit of $10 to participate. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound gets heavy past 470, just crawls over towards Noland. Heavy fog in the area and an accident blocking at least one lane of traffic, keeping you slow. Kansas side 35 southbound gets heavy around 119th Street, moves better around 127th, but crawling along in through there with a stalled reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
And welcome back. JT, you've heard that notion, make tailgating better. Can you enhance tailgating at all? I guess there's a few ways.
I mean, there's a couple ways. I guess you put a stage. I don't know.
Yeah, you can always do that, or increase the bathrooms for tailgating. Maybe have some vehicles that run by with food or whatever, or drinks for people that maybe forgot something, forgot a cooler, forgot their grill. I guess there's ways to enhance tailgating, but it is a big part of what we do. That's why you never wanted to see the Chiefs go downtown, because you don't want to lose tailgating, because tailgating is a big part of what this team does. Started with Marty and Carl and, kind of bringing tailgating to Kansas City. Well, they didn't bring anything, but the Kansas City people showed up and tailgated, you name it. But we'll get into some of these calls from CDOT on the drive yesterday. Interesting calls. Then, of course, the Missouri reaction as well from Mayor Lucas as far as that's concerned. But Mayor Mr. Casey on the phone line for us, I assume from the Kansas side of the line with a 913.
Yes, how are you?
How are you?
Well, will the field be natural or artificial? Have you heard?
It'll be a dome, so it'd be a field turf type service, I'm sure.
I thought sometimes you could bring the field in and out.
Some stadiums do that. I know Allegiant, they do it. They were doing turf that would come in for UNLV, and the Raiders would play on natural grass. But the field turf and the service, not like typical AstroTurf like you used to have, but kind of a field turf surface. But haven't heard the actual surface being discussed yet. But I would just assume that's what it would be with the dome instead of having a stadium you can roll out the grass like in Arizona and you can water it and everything else, then roll it back in. So not sure 100% what the surface will be at this point.
Well, have a nice day.
Thank you. He's concerned about the surface of where it's done. Let's go to JB in Kansas City. What's up, JB?
Hey, what's going on, Big Man?
Good. What's going on with you?
You know, the whole state of Kansas, this whole deal, it is a rivalry, bro. It's a straight-up rivalry. It's been now. I'm 47. My whole life it's been like this.
It proves it with this.
Yeah, facts. Kansas has always been that little redheaded step cousin down the street that nobody wanted to play with, right? Well, that little redheaded step cousin grew up, and they decided to be thieves in the night. They started out by stealing Sporting KC. That was supposed to be built out here by the Bannister Mall. They came in, swooped it, threw money at them, stole the American Royal. Now they're stealing the Chiefs. Well, guess what, Missourians? They will never had what we had, ever. They're not going to get a prime time Pat Mahomes. They're going to get an old, broke-down Patty, which I don't ever want to see happen because I love Patty. But, man, this hurts a lot. But, man, all this is not fair. I love you guys.
Hey, thanks for calling in and sharing your opinion, but your opinion is like many others. I mean, people do feel this way, and I think things will change as time goes by. I would guess, but you can do whatever you want. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people with the hard feelings, and it'll never change, and there will be some that will change because it's the actual football team they like watching, and the football team will be in the metro area, and that's all to do. But I understand, people being upset about it. I didn't want to see them leave. They've been here since 1963. Would I like to see more development around those stadiums? 100%. That's the way things go. That's the new age of playing professional sports. You have to have development around the stadiums. It's just imperative for what you're doing. It's making money off the field as well as on it. So many of these teams build new stadiums with that in mind. That's why you see so many new stadiums being built. That's why you see Turner Field in Atlanta was built in, 96? And they've already got a new one now where the Braves play and the whole battery development around where the Atlanta Braves do. It's making money outside the stadium. It's having concert series like they've been doing, having concerts at Arrowhead Stadium, having the extra things that you can have, maybe bringing in bowl games, doing other things that you can bring in to make revenue. And this is what teams are doing. All these teams that build new stadiums with that in mind. How much development can we have around the stadium? It's much different than when stadiums were being built in the 70s. It's a tough pill to swallow, but that's just the reality of the situation. Big John, what's up? Big John, are you there?
Not Big John. This is Seth.
Oh, well, I had you as Big John. You're Seth / Big John. Big Seth.
That's awesome. Hey, I got two things. One, this is just hilarious to me. People act like we're moving the team to Dodge City or we're moving the team to St. Francis or something. But the thing that kills me is how these Missouri folks are wanting the Chiefs to be their rescue and culture. The Chiefs aren't the only thing that are, the reason why that city, that area is the way it is. There's a reason why everyone's going to Kansas. It's because that place is a dump. They think.
Well, I mean, you don't want to see that, though, do you? I mean, you want to see Kansas City, Missouri thrive still, don't you? Because it kind of is the identity of the area. You want to still see it thrive. You still want to see it do well. Why would you have ill feelings about Kansas City, Missouri and its development? You still want to see it do good because we are all still from Kansas City, and Kansas City, Missouri, very important to what the area is.
I feel like sometimes the Kansas side and the Missouri side, both sides don't care what the other side looks like or feels like. They just want their side to be better.
But they go to both sides. But does that area, and talking to people that, hardcore for it, staying at the Truman Sports Complex, that's fine. but what kind of development? What other money can you guarantee the owners to get? Because, again, this is where sports is going. Like it or not like it, college football fans had a tough time embracing, nil, name, image, and likeness, and players getting paid and hitting the transfer portal and going where they are. But that's the new way. That's the accepted way. You have to get used to it because that's the way it's going to be. And coaches have had a hard time, accepting that's the way it's going to be. But sports always changes, and unfortunately, stadiums are the same way. What's going on, Holden?
Hey, I just wanted to call in on there about the stadium change. I'm pretty happy about it. I have to drive a long way, but I did grow up in Kansas City, Missouri, and they had many, many opportunities to clean that area up and make it more thriving and stuff like that. And I can only blame the leaders of Kansas City for not taking the initiative, knowing that this is, as big of a ticket as Chiefs are, that they wouldn't clean that area up. I mean, put some more businesses in there besides, strip joints and stuff like that. I mean, there's no restaurants around there. There's nothing for anybody to do once they come to a Chiefs game except attend the Chiefs game. And so moving it out to the Legends, I'm happy. It's time for a change. Just wanted to put my 2 cents in. And like I said, the leaders had their chances, many, many decades of chances to upgrade that area.
Yeah, 100%. There's been a bunch of chances. And unfortunately, you can't make the changes once the change happens and a team leaves. You make these changes before. Yeah, you have a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Well, 4-time, but 3-time under the Mahomes era, under the new era of the Kansas City Chiefs, 3 rings. It's tough to duplicate. And was there a large consensus going forward to it? Unfortunately, it came down to a public vote. Mark in Lee Summit. What's up, Mark?
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. Listen, I grew up in the area around the stadium, and there's a lot of nostalgia there for me as well. Love the Truman Sports Complex, but, when the vote happened the way that it did, I was talking to my wife, and I told her at the time, they're gone. and I hope we get to keep the teams, both of them, in the area. I understand, but, I think one of the things that I find common in talking to folks about it is that, when there's a lack of real perspective, on what it is to have a championship quality stadium. And if you go to these other cities and you see these venues, and I mean, it's just, the experience is just hands down, and it is bittersweet. I'm going to always have the memories. I'm going to always have the nostalgia piece of it. But, man, I'm so excited to have a championship quality venue. It sucks that, I live out in Lee Summit, and it sucks that it's going to take a little bit longer to get there. And I'm going to miss the things like, the other day we were driving downtown, and the Chiefs were playing, and then we were passing the stadium on I-70, and they were shooting the red fireworks. And man, it was exciting. I was proud of the city, and everything at that time. And I'm going to miss stuff like that. But man, it's a double-edged sword, and I'm excited for the future. But I'm going to cherish the memories.
Yeah, a lot of people cherish the memories of Arrowhead Stadium. It's a big part of what. Big part of the fabric of what people are going to that stadium, taking their kids, whatever, at Arrowhead Stadium or Kauffman Stadium for the Royals. Hopefully, the Kansas City, Missouri, can keep the Kansas City Royals, because clock's ticking, man. You have one chance to keep a professional team, because if they leave, once they leave, it's done. It's done for at that point. You're not getting them back, so they desperately need to do that. Reaction from the Kansas City side as far as losing the Kansas City Chiefs next.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey,
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew dressing up for a Halloween ball would change my life forever? Now I get to celebrate with the best fans and everything Kansas City. Oh, yeah! My journey also led me to Renner Garage Door, Casey's go-to team for garage door repair, replacement, and service since 1956. Renner features an MVP lineup from Deldon, Amar, and Liftmaster.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
The holidays are here, and so's the newest Academy Sports and Outdoors, right in your neighborhood. Score kids ride-ons that say, my 8-year-old's truck is nicer than mine. Grills and smokers that say, there is no wrong way to cook a turkey. And new Nike fleece hoodies that say, I keep it chill no matter the temp. Academy has all the legendary Christmas gifts your family wants at undefeatable prices, because here, fun can't lose. Win Christmas at your new Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey, Missouri, if you haven't heard by now, good news! FanDuel Sportsbook is live in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that's tough to beat. Right now, new customers in Missouri can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or more, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So download FanDuel today and head to FanDuel.com/Missouri and join the excitement. Remember, new Missouri customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. Because Missouri, it's time to play your game with FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Today, patchy fog in the morning, then sunny with a temperature of 62.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. My kid was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. The sweat in that short smells like a dog park. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
No gift? No problem. With Target's last-minute gifts, the holidays are a breeze. You can score on the hottest toys, beauty must-haves, chocolatey stocking stuffers, and much more. And if you need it now, no worries. Swing by any Target store today and snag all the stocking stuffers and gifts for the most magical season yet. Step into the holidays, check off everything on your list, and save big on your last-minute gifts. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit WaysideWaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 435 southbound past 87th Street with an accident. Keeping things heavy for about a mile and a half, crawling along in through there. Northland 35 northbound heavy approaching Pleasant Valley Road. With construction, you're down to 1 lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's George Karloftis. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
9 o'clock hour. Welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. The Pro Bowl rosters have been put out, the starters and whatnot. 4 Chiefs on the Pro Bowl roster. Obviously, you know about Kelsey having, 180,000 more votes than anybody else. Swifty power there. But 4 Chiefs nominated for the Pro Bowl. Not that it matters. It's watered down. But to me, it's just a staple for your Wikipedia page at this point. But Creed Humphrey a starter. Chris Jones a starter. Kelsey and Trey Smith both elected to the Pro Bowl. Remember, it's done by threes. You have fan voting, you have the NFL players, and you've got the coaches' vote. So it's a combination of 3, and obviously Kelsey led the way with the fan voting on there. The quarterbacks this year be Sam Darnold, Dak Prescott, Matt Stafford. In the NFC and the AFC, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Drake May as far as that. But 4 Chiefs make the Pro Bowl. Of course, they're going to do it now around the Super Bowl instead of the week before or the week after like they used to.
And it'll be where the Super Bowl is.
It is. They moved it there. So do you watch that flag football game that they do? No.
Absolutely not.
The Pro Bowl, again, even when it was a real game, players didn't care. So this thing will probably be going by the wayside. Maybe it's just an honor just to be named it. I think APL Pro obviously means more than this, than going to the Pro Bowl. But you can say you're a Pro Bowl player, and I'm sure incentives do kick in when you're elected to the Pro Bowl.
Talking incentives, someone is missing out on some big money. DK Metcalf, buddy, oh boy, messed up big time this weekend.
Yeah, you don't touch another fan. So he's knocked for 2 games? He's going to appeal it. Have you seen the appeal process go out yet?
I have not.
The wide receivers, by the way, NFC is Puka, Pickens, JSN, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, who has 8 drops this year, too, by the way. In the AFC, Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, and Cortland Sutton.
Zay Flowers, the one that fumbled the season away for the Ravens, you say?
Good old Zay. See a lot of receivers in that draft class where Rice was picked because he was number 2 in receptions in that. Let's quickly go to a few more calls here before I get to the Kansas City reaction to the situation of the Chiefs leaving. Let's go to Kyle in Wichita. What's up, Kyle?
How's it going, Bink? I tell you, as far as somebody who lives hours away and has traveled to Arrowhead for games, been a lifelong Chiefs fan, I just got to say, one, I think it's great that we are getting a new update as far as a new stadium, new training facilities, everything. Yeah, I'm going to shed a tear as far as when the last time I can go to Arrowhead. I'm going to miss that place. However, I think and keep in mind, it's been a long time since I've even lived up that way, but this whole, I'm from Kansas, I'm from Missouri, I think people need to be happy that, honestly, these teams aren't relocating to places outside the metro, and be thankful that we're able to keep our teams, because I know Nashville was ready to sweep in like a hawk.
Oh, they were. That was the thing. The good news is they can keep them here locally. And, I mean, the Royals still haven't made their decision up, but it'll be either on the Kansas side of the state line. Or... As
much as I've been thinking about it, I do think Fescoe's right. I do think they're going to make their announcement in about 2 weeks, and it's going to be also at 119th and Knoll.
It looks like that was the most interest, the most heat was coming from that direction.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, yes, it is a business decision for these teams, but ultimately to cement a foundation so that way these teams stay in the metro for years to come, so my children and my grandchildren can go to those stadiums.
Well, great call. I appreciate that from Wichita, Kansas. But, yeah, I mean, it's good to stay in the metro. I can't imagine what the text line would look like if they were actually leaving the Kansas City metro area. That would be an interesting dumpster fire, and it should be. Stuart in Overland Park. What's up, Stuart?
Hey, I got 2 things. First of all, I've been a season ticket holder for the Chiefs for over 55 years. I haven't missed a home game in 23 years. Now, I do believe it's a business decision. I do believe as long as they're in Kansas City somewhere, I will continue being a season ticket holder. I don't mind that I have to pay for a PSL in the new stadium.
Which has not been determined yet if there's going to be those or not. But it could be.
Right. But I think it's fantastic that the Chiefs, as long as they play in the vicinity, like the last caller said, I think that's fantastic. And if it was a flip-flop around and the Chiefs had been in Kansas City, Kansas forever, and they went to Missouri, you'd still hear all the gripes.
Oh, yeah, just be the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't like change.
No?
And change is good. I want to bring up one more little thing, though. I'm very curious. Years ago, when they let us buy bricks, and they put them in front of the stadium, and I wonder, and I know they won't have a decision on that for years, but I wonder if we'll be able to have our bricks back or if they're going to move them to the new stadium.
I remember that. You see what they were right there in the before you walk in the conference team. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with said bricks, but yeah, I don't know. The Royals and Chiefs will both be at the Truman Sports Complex for the next 5 seasons. Chiefs will move in 2031. Here was Mayor Lucas yesterday after the Chiefs' decision.
Today is a loss for the communities of East Kansas City, Independence, Raytown, and some of our favorite places en route to the stadiums, like LC's Barbecue. Today is a loss for the Arrowhead tradition that so many of us in the Chiefs Kingdom hold dear. At the new location, folks will make new memories. But for those of us who remember the painful days, like 3 missed field goals as a playoff 1 seed, and the joyous ones, like hoisting the Lamar Hunt Trophy for that first time at Arrowhead Stadium in 2020. Years growing up and growing old in the Arrowhead parking lot, and the outdoor stands that in the elements were one of the few places in our community where we came together, breaking through divides of age, hometowns, race, income, and politics. This will be a tough adjustment.
That was a Kansas City reaction to losing the team. Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment. You got to get used to it. Yeah, there's some bitter feelings, but it is staying in the Kansas City Metro. I just wish that more development would have begun around the stadiums, make the decision harder, show that there's economic viability around the Truman Sports Complex. I still can't figure out how being between I-70 and 435 didn't work out, but it hasn't. It's been there since the team's been here since 1963, the first year at Arrowhead Stadium, 1972, but haven't seen anything out in that direction except for a burnt down Denny's and a Taco Bell. What's up, John?
Hey there, Bink. So here is my thought process. Chiefs have now moved to Kansas, and while that is great, and we have a lot of people being decisive on both sides, I'm more about unity. Because now my worry, even though I've grown in Johnson County all my life, I worry about the future of Kansas City's economic growth. I wonder, 7-8 years from now, after the Chiefs have moved, is that going to start declining Kansas City as a whole? If I was Mayor Lucas, I would try to do everything in my power to try to convince the Royals to try to build a downtown stadium. I know there's rumors about 119th and Knoll and that their properties are being built, purchased by the Royals there. But if I was Mayor Lucas, instead of taking a double L, I would try to find what property is available in downtown, try to get the Royals on board with that. 100%. I know the owner, Richard Sherman, wants to do it there. So try to get that deal done, try to maintain that economic growth of Kansas City, Missouri. And that's all I got.
100%. Yeah, I think that'll be primary focus number one. Don't lose the Kansas City Royals at this point. Still open. They still haven't made a decision. The decision will be coming soon here with the Kansas City Royals. Obviously, they see the enticements the Chiefs got to move. So your work's cut out for you to keep the Kansas City Royals, but that ought to be primary focus number one, not to lose 2 pro sports franchises. Hey, I get it. You have the KC Current, Sporting Kansas City there, but it's different between the Major League Baseball and NFL losing those teams because you're not seeing them come back. Again, you're not going to get relocation of a team. No team is going to live or play on one side of the state line, another one on the other side. It's just not going to happen in this area. The teams, once they leave, they're gone. So it's about keeping the Kansas City Royals at this point. Mitch Holthus' second part of his interview with Clark Hunt next.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Extra, read all about it.
This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. The Federal Reserve just dropped interest rates again. And that means you can save even more money on your mortgage. If you've been waiting for the right time to refinance, this is it. Our customers are saving hundreds, even thousands every month. What could you do with an extra $1,000 every month? You can also pull cash out of your home's equity to pay off credit cards, do home improvements, or just get ahead. If you refinance now, you can make no payments until next year. And if your loan doesn't close, we'll even pay for your appraisal. But don't wait. Rates can rise again anytime, and they change fast. For today's rate, call Golden Oak Lending now at 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
NMLS number 114937.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/royal rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
The world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circa Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off. Because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Looking for something smart, soulful, and full of heart? I'm Jen Hatmaker, host of For the Love, the podcast where we talk about what really matters. Love and family, faith and purpose. Every week, I'm joined by incredible guests for honest conversations that invite all of us to live with more intention, more laughter, and more connection. Join us on For the Love wherever you get your podcasts.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Lunch hour? Fuel up fast with lunch at the Lodge. Bite into our juicy cheeseburger and fries, fresh chicken Caesar salad, or turkey avocado smash with sweet potato fries. Hearty, quick, and made to satisfy. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. Hey, it's Bob Fescoe, and West Shore Home is proving it doesn't have to be. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. That's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathroom, windows, and doors. Plus, right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free and lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan.
Today, patchy fog in the morning, then sunny with a temperature of 62.
Brought to you by AmericanEagle.com.
At AmericanEagle.com, we believe technology can transform your business. As experts in web design, development, and digital marketing, we bring passion to every project. Achieve digital transformation at AmericanEagle.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Welcome back, Jay Binkley, JT Noah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Christmas Eve today. JT's going to take some of your viewing recommendations, maybe. Does it start tonight? The festivities start tonight?
Not for me, no. But I got to finish wrapping. Still got to get cards for my parents and my fiance's parents.
Oh, going to a store is going to be a lot of fun right now.
Well, luckily for us, we get out at 10:30.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. We've got to get – I'm slacking. We're having tacos tomorrow night at my grandma's.
That's fun.
I'm bringing the sour cream, cheese, and lettuce. And mind you, I don't have any of that at my place. So we'll be buying that after work today.
Yeah, I'm sure the stores will be really light the next 2 days.
You think light?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, dang.
I don't think. Maybe at this time of day, it'd be good, but nobody's working anyway right now.
Well, I mean, tomorrow, they probably close at 5.
Yeah, tomorrow. Then you got Chiefs game Thursday. I think a lot of people.
Well, I mean, I bet most places are closed on Thursday anyway, just because of it being Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget the Chiefs. The Pro Bowl came out. They can actually be in the Pro Bowl this year.
But do you really think all 4 of them are going to actually go? Because I don't think any of them will go.
No, I don't think anybody goes to it.
Because I think they
Go
would
play
actually
dodgeball, tug of war, flag football.
I think they are going to use the time to recuperate, get healthy, get ready for a full off season, and ready for the next season.
And like I said, it's something good to put on your Wikipedia page.
But you could do anything on your Wikipedia page. Anyone could get into it and then put whatever they want to.
But 4 Kansas City Chiefs make the Pro Bowl rosters at this point with the alternates, by the way. Mahomes, McDuffie, and Bolton have been named Pro Bowl alternates. Creed Humphrey's a starter. Chris Jones a starter. Kelsey and Trey Smith have been elected Pro Bowl. Remember, they do it 3 ways: the fan vote, players vote, and coaches vote.
I'm glad you told me that because I had no idea because I don't pay attention to nothing about the Pro Bowl.
Well, Kelsey had like 420,000 votes.
Well, I knew about. I'm saying I knew about the Kelsey and I knew about players, but I didn't know how the voting goes.
For 1/3, but that only counts for 1/3.
Because I didn't know there was 3 different ways of voting and how they got in and stuff.
Yeah, but that's it. But all pro, that's the one you want to be. All pro, first team or second team all pro, that's where you want to be.
To the 816, yes, I buy my cheese blocked. I shred my own cheese. It's so much better, it's cheaper, and you get so much more than that processed shredded cheese in a bag.
Or you could wear cheese grater hats like the Bears were doing when they
the Bears. I mean, I'll be honest. Do you think they're a little too high on themselves? They beat the Packers for the first time in what? 4 years.
They'd lost, 10 of 12 to them, something like that?
Yeah, come on now. I get it. You won a big game, but,
there's some oddities that happen. Remember when the Chiefs beat the Broncos 16 straight times? Hell, the Jaguars have beat the Colts every year since 2016, 10 straight.
In Jacksonville.
Except one of those was over in London. But no, the Pro Bowl, the way they do it, combination of votes, fans, players, and coaches each count as 1/3. Like each of that counts is 1/3. But you can say you were a Pro Bowl player. The Pro Bowl is watered down anyway, even before the flag football game. You've always had the tug of war and crap like that. But
see, I loved it when it was in Hawaii. I was just like, because I thought it brought more people to go to it because it's like a mini vacation.
Pro Bowl in Hawaii was fun. It was always after the Super Bowl. And Robert Edwards hurt himself on that sand. He was.
I have not. No, I don't remember that.
He was a running back that had gone for 1,000 yards in his rookie year. Ended up playing more, but he tore his knee up with it on the sand, playing like a football game on the sand before it in the Pro Bowl games, but it never became the same, and they changed things with that. But here's the second part of that interview with Mitch Holthus on Chiefs Kingdom last night with Clark Hunt.
What about staying competitive here and having a world-class practice facility and headquarters that you're going to build in Olathe?
Yeah, Mitch, that's exactly right. There's been a wave of new practice facilities built across the world. And as great as our facility is at the Truman Sports Complex, it is 18 years old. And to a large degree, we've outgrown it, both on the football side as well as the business side. The new facilities are much more spacious, have bigger indoor practice facilities, bigger weight rooms, bigger training rooms. And it'll be important for us as an organization going forward to have a facility that's competitive. Players, when they come in for free agency, that's one of the things that they're evaluating is the quality of your facilities. So having a brand new state-of-the-art facility will really help us as we continue to build to the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Again, Chairman and CEO Clark Hunt of the Kansas City Chiefs, our special guest tonight on this special edition of the Chiefs Kingdom Show. The timing of the announcement on 22nd of December, the timing and why today?
Well, the state of Kansas had a scheduled committee meeting of the group that had the authority to approve our deal set on this date. It was important for us that we get this done before the end of the year because we only have 5 years left on our lease. Our lease at Arrowhead expires after the 2030 season. And the stadium is about 5 years, 5 to 5.5 years. So we really need to get going on this project. And, we were grateful that we were able to reach an agreement with the leaders in Kansas. And we'll go very quickly to work now in terms of getting a design soon after that so that we can be ready for construction in about 2 years from now.
You had a really good quote today, the free home stadia. But looking at this historically, I know it was difficult when your father had to leave the Cotton Bowl. It was difficult leaving Municipal Stadium. But what about the approach, no matter the venue or where our team plays?
Yeah, and with my dad, he was a very sentimental person who really loved the places that his franchise called home, starting with the Cotton Bowl. And one of the unique things is we've won municipal